output looks good. I could probably up the bitrate actually, but I might do that later.
All right.
Yeah, it'll, if it needs to, it'll do its thing. So, all right, live and
Happy.
yes, I'm living and breathing and happy. The three things.
All those good things.
Yes. Let's see. Huh. I don't know what it was. Oh yes, 60 frames per second. I tried that last stream and I think it turned out okay, but I'm gonna make sure it looks good this time because there shouldn't be. I mean, it's raining again, but that does not mean the stream will crash again. So that's a good thing because it's only rain. So.
Also, probably not nearly as windy as it was earlier today.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know how it was near your place, but
it was crazy.
Like 2 o'clock here, blew the grill cover off, tipped over one of our chairs outside.
Well, I was actually running when it was crazy.
Really?
Like I ran in the rain today. Yeah.
Fun.
I enjoyed it because it was like it's warm enough for that, so I'm okay with it.
It's so crazy how up and down the temperature has been over the last 10 days.
Definitely.
I don't know what to expect when I open up the front door. It's like sometimes it looks really cold, but it's like perfectly fine, and then other times it's like it's probably gonna be nice and warm like it was yesterday, and then it's totally not.
Ooh, that's actually showing up pretty good.
Yeah, looks great.
The war against Gaius. Ha ha ha.
Yes, the novelette version.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited because I needed to play through this for research anyway. So.
Yeah, for your video. Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting for that to happen.
It's gonna be so long, but I'm glad because I play through this series every year, so I might as well. I figured I need to get a refresher anyway.
Nice job with the side overlays, by the way.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't
even notice that those were not part of the game.
No, it's a screen. It's basically just a screenshot that I put behind the.
Yeah, an overlay.
I mean, it's magic. It's magic, basically. I'm not telling you the secrets.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Let's see.
Don't spoil the magic.
No. Ugh, man, I'm excited. I
am too. I haven't seen I played through this game since you played this.
And that was a long time ago. That was 2015 or something. 2015 or 16. So it's been a while since I've...
Yeah, I enjoyed watching through that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun. I think I'm... Let's see. I might turn the audio up a little bit. Yeah,
game audio?
They all said it was fine last time, so it should be fine this time.
Okay.
If anyone wants, if any of you guys who are watching want me to turn the audio up, I can.
If they really, really want to hear the game audio, they just crank that knob to 11.
Oh, but it's good, though. It's so good.
It's so good.
Definitely.
What little I remember about this game, I remember thinking how cool this game was.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, it's great. And I'm like... I think I already mentioned that I play through all three every year. And, I know I'm not gonna play Mother 3 live, just because that's a game that everyone should experience on their own. But the first one I might, because that's also one that I know well enough. So, I don't know. Let's see. I don't even know what my second... I think my second file is I just gave them all, names of people that I know that look sort of like the characters. And then that's, the file where I grinded for all the ultimate weapons and all that stuff. So that's why they're all max level. And then I think this is actually my Let's Play file.
The top one?
Yes.
Or the second? Yeah,
the top one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. Obviously, going to go with fast. Going to go stereo. Do you have a preference of flavor? I like peanut. Peanut's a good one.
Peanut's good. I like myself some mint, but peanut's also...
Mint is also good. I don't like strawberry because it makes me think that my characters are always dead.
Yeah, it does look sort of aggressive, doesn't it?
Well, because also the text boxes turn red when a character is incapacitated, so...
I'm thinking for a chill quarantine stream, mint flavor seems right.
I like... Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with mint.
Nice and calm, nice and cool and collected. This will be a complete 180 from last stream.
Oh,
because the game...
I'm not even putting up a an upload of that because it's just not. I'm not willing to put my time into that, but it was fun.
Chaos.
Yes, chaos.
I mean, it was still fun, and for the people who tuned in, I'm sure that they had some fun. But this is definitely a more streamable game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's a lot less like all over the place.
How's your day been so far?
Oh, it's pretty good. I went to bed pretty early for me last night, and so I got some good sleep. And by early, I mean like 11 p.m.
Gotcha.
And then I don't know, what did I do? I don't even know what I did today. I mean, I worked. Yeah, I ran in the rain. I worked on some like finals assignments. So I think I'm just gonna go with the standard names. That makes it a lot easier.
All right. Yeah. That's fine.
I love seeing what the other ones are, though. They're pretty funny. I think a lot of them have reasons for being there. Like, they're not arbitrary, but I can't think of any of them. I know for food, it's a little more obvious. Go Jeff. Pooh. Ramen. The pet.
His head looks like a little bomb.
A little bit, yeah. Because he's got the
braid kind of looks like a
the braid.
Fuse.
Let's see. Homemade food. Oh man, I think I always like to put in something like this, like that's my own. But many of the things that I like are way too many characters. So, steak.
Your tastes are just too refined. It's too complex.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm not a big fan of steak, honestly, but yeah.
Human
Hammer.
Souls is a little bit too long to put in that space, so.
Yes. Gaming, boxing, rockin'. Alright, I am sure this is what I want. No regrets.
No regrets.
Still nobody. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people are probably just like watching.
Sluggish getting there.
Yeah, or just not signed in because I know like some people who just like they either don't have it or they just don't bother, which is fine. I think I told Casey I was streaming, so hopefully he's here. Casey,
No
if you're here, you better message me because
yes, let us know you're there.
Mm-hmm. And if any of you guys are watching in the Discord, I can drag you into the call if you would like.
The color palette for this game is also really, really cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's got like, I mean, it's realistic, but it's almost fauvised.
Yeah.
In like the bright colors that are there.
Yeah.
I love the sound design in this beginning part is really good too. Despite how simple it is, because this is an SNES game after all. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
I forgot how this game opened.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see. Let's talk to Tracy. I was definitely freaked out. Get my cracked hat. I have to refamiliarize myself with these controls.
Another connected universe to Animal Crossing. There's just white present boxes with red ribbon just everywhere for you to collect.
Well, these are different because they're not flying.
That's true. That's true.
But there are slingshots in this game, so the setup is there.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You actually can go. You can go outside without going. You can go out in your PJs if you don't talk to your mom, which is fun. I always just talk to her like by habit and then just do. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, like it's gonna be a while before we get into like the meat of it because the first part of the game is like there's a lot that's just like it takes a while to pick up sometimes. Be it with your characters or the battle system, but it's cool.
Right. I think people will be fine with it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that's a problem, but the meat of the game. Get my bread roll. Liar exaggerate up there. Creepy dude. Talk to Pokey.
Oh, yeah, Pokey.
Mm-hmm. Bugging the officers, and he's just like walking around. Ugh. Half the time when I'm playing these, I'm like, should I read all the text or not? There's a lot of text.
There's so much text. I actually
And
did end up
the text
buying.
is one of the best parts about the game, after all. But yeah.
I feel like it's probably one of the more endearing things about the game
Mm-hmm.
is how well written everything is.
And
It's
it's
definitely
very timeless too, despite like the year it was
yeah.
made.
Since they don't do they don't do references really.
Well, I
It's
mean, but
kept
like, but even when they do, it's like
right.
it makes sense, and it's not like
It's not dated. Yeah.
despite the gross out humor or like fart humor of the era, there's maybe only one or two fart jokes in the game.
And I mean,
A few.
honestly, like with how interesting indie game makers are making their games, if someone came into this totally blind and didn't know anything about Earthbound at all, I mean, they could very well assume that this game was made relatively recently because of the resurgence of games that are in this style.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, there's
He's like, "Oh,
nothing
good
about
evening,
this
man."
game that makes me immediately think, oh gosh, this was made forever ago. Because, like, lots of people, they find this style of game really endearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
definitely. I mean, like
it's never been replicated. I'm not saying that, but
when you play a lot of SNES games, like it looks very SNES. Um, but yeah, for sure. Let's see. And changing out of pajamas again. You only get to see Ness nude in the Japanese version. And that's not even a joke.
no, I believe you. I believe you.
Well, I mean, not at this part of the game, at least. And it makes sense when it happens earlier, or later. And it's not like nude, but
Yeah,
obviously.
Out of context for no reason. He just like walks into a building and all of a sudden there's like a graphical error. It's like, wait, what? What happened?
There are a lot of really interesting differences between this version and the Japanese.
I feel like you mentioned
because this is one
in your original.
Yeah, this is one of the
original,
games. This is one of the games that got like a very heavy localization compared to many other games that didn't. Because like Itoi and the localization team really cared about making sure everything was translated well.
Do you think that's why this game specifically is so why it was so well received?
Well, it
by
wasn't.
Americans.
It was well, no, in general, it was well, not in general. In Japan, it was like normal, but then when the game was first released, it was actually like very much disliked.
Really?
And that's why it became a cult classic and became so popular later, is because basically, due to how the first opening sections of the game work, it's like compared to other games on the system, it doesn't look super great compared to them. And like just various combinations of stuff, it was basically panned by critics during its first release, and so
it got appreciated.
Much
How
later.
long do you think after the game came out was it finally like people were talking about, hey, this is actually a good game? Like how long after the game was made do you think it took people to come around to it?
Oh, I think maybe. Well, okay, so Starman.net came out, or not came out, but like was around since I want to say late 90s, and that's like one of the biggest groups of fans that like really started to show like, hey, we love this game. But also the fact that like Smash Brothers, ever since Smash came out, it was a lot more like this. Smash is like one of the biggest catalysts for people knowing this game, because Ness was even in the first game, and there were so many other characters that could have been in it, but they decided to put Ness in, which is
That's so odd
an
to
interesting
me, then.
choice, because especially
Yeah.
given that he never had a 3D appearance and has never, aside from Smash, and like just the fact that it's like a one-off RPG character is very
And the
interesting.
fact that it wasn't super popular or well received, the fact that they put him in a Smash game is odd.
I'm about to die. I should not do that.
Someone else I think is watching. The viewer thing just went up to 2.
Ooh, excellent.
Ooh.
I died because I'm not paying
no.
attention. Well, you're distracting me. You're getting me talking about
So sorry.
the game, the unique story of this game.
Max, stop talking to me about the game. I can't play the game.
All right, I need to.
There's too much game.
Too much.
I noticed.
Oops,
I
all
noticed you
Earthbound.
like. I noticed you like games, so I decided to game the game in your game.
Too bad! I love that line so much. Honestly, I'm surprised Pokey doesn't like steak, given his name and the origin behind that. But whatever.
You're just gonna say that and walk away, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it's right in the name though, and given that his brother's name is Picky, it makes a lot of sense. Because Picky's a lot physically smaller compared to Pokey. Pokey's a large. He's a large boy, not thick but large.
Larg.
Larg.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
The designs of some of the enemies, like the enemy sprites, are so funny.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's
I like them all, but some of them are just like.
Well, I was thinking, like, it's interesting that you say that, because like when you look at like a Pokemon or something, given that it's like in a fictional world and it's like, okay,
Right.
things like that just exist, but then you see
Right.
the wacky enemies and sprites in this game. Like, this is where it is like oddly enough a little more strange to see that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the detail's really good, mostly because a lot of the sprites were actually based off of clay models.
And I think
and
that's
they did that for the first game too.
That's like such a tightrope thing too when you make a game and you want it to be taken seriously, but at the same time you don't want it to be dull or overly serious. Like, you don't want to take yourself too seriously. So I feel like with a lot of games there's this fine line that you have to walk between having a serious plot but having fun things in the game that make it enjoyable and fun to play. And I think it's a lot harder than it sounds.
And it is one thing that's nice about this game, is that it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
And except for like near the end, which is like, for those of you who have played this game, like it's a complete mood swing, and that's why the ending of this game is so effective. But
yeah, because they've set up that lighter, more fun tone, and then they can do that sort of thing, and it actually has gravitas to it. You know, it has meaning.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of having just all of one thing the entire game. I feel like that could get really boring.
And there's actually a very similar thing with the first game, because the first game in the series is a lot more. The characters are described as being like very happy, but at the same time the whole like world and mood of EarthBound is a lot, or not EarthBound, but EarthBound Beginnings is a lot more dire and gloomy. I would say I can't find the word I'm looking for, but like, it's a lot more bleak, I guess.
Bleak's a good word.
Yeah, but it does have a similar tail end to it. But then at the same time, your characters are like sort of like the light in the darkness, because they're always like singing along as they travel and all that sort of stuff.
When my dad went to Germany through the Rotary, he made a bunch of friends in there, especially with his host family. And years later, or not too long later, he went back and he hoboed around Germany.
Ooh.
He got something called a tramper pass, which basically gives you access to like the bus systems.
Yeah, so you
and,
can
like,
just
the
like
car
travel
systems.
around.
Yeah, it's a pass that basically works for like anything, so you could just go anywhere. But they didn't bring money for lodging, so they have like camping equipment, and they basically hoboed around Germany, like camping in people's backyards.
That's cool.
And then getting up before anyone found out and leaving. And they actually wrote trail songs. I have an old Yamaha, I think it's a Yamaha keyboard.
Oh, yeah, you've told me about that.
Where they composed their own traveling songs while they traveled, and that's what you just reminded me of that.
Nice.
I can't remember the lyrics to any of them, but it's yeah, that's just, I was just thinking about that, about just walking around making up songs. I love the design of these guys too, the Starmen.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's funny because there's actually like, I've actually had Picky defeat the Starmen. And like Picky only does 1 damage, like possibly, or if he even attacks during his turn, which is hilarious. Because this is just one of those fights you can't lose, obviously. If you had no PSI shield, then you definitely would, but I don't use shields too much in this game. They're kind of like, I mean, they're fun, but and it's certainly annoying when enemies have them. But in Mother 3 is where they really shine. And same thing for the buffing powers in this game. Buffs are nice, but they're incredibly broken in 3.
I suppose, yeah. Like, as any game progresses, if there's more games in a series, like, the game creators hopefully, like, learn along the way what to do and what not to do. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense that some things get a little bit more fine-tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like last stream, this is, or 2 streams ago, this would be a great excuse for Ness to use the excuse, this alien, just like, I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy.
I'm just a boy.
You're an intergalactic being. And
abusive
I just
parents.
Hooray for that.
Let's see. And he's like, by the way, you guys should leave. We don't like you.
Wow, I'm tired of your family living next door. Wow.
Yeah, no, like, these people are not good, except for maybe Picky. And then Buzz gets slain. Oh. Yikes.
Oh, I forgot this happened.
Yeah, she just swats him.
She kills a prophetic bug.
Mm-hmm. From the future.
Wow.
10 years
that
in the
is
future.
Harsh. Guess you didn't see that coming.
Insert you never see it coming memes.
Never see it coming.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Persona.
Oh. I thought you were doing the Mandarin from Iron Man 3.
Oh, I've only seen the first one, and it was years ago.
Yeah, the third one's pretty great. The second one's like, And the first one... The first one was on in the background when I was getting my license renewed at the DMV or the BMV before this whole quarantine thing happened, like months back. I had to go in to get my license renewed.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the BMV and I stood in line and it was packed. It was like a Saturday and I woke up late and I knew what I was in for. Like I knew it was going to be packed.
Yeah.
And it was packed to the gills, like to the door of the line.
Ooh.
And I got my number from the little ticket machine. I waited for probably like an hour, and there was this kid. He had like Disney Plus or something on his mom's phone.
Yeah.
And it was just like these little clips. It's not like he was watching movies. He was watching these like shorts from movies.
Okay.
Just over and over again, like the same 3. And he just kept dripping onto the floor, just slowly. He just kept falling onto the floor. His mom kept picking him up, and all the time everyone's just like angrily standing in place waiting for their number while there's just Iron Man 1 playing loudly on a TV in the back. It's like and of course, like I don't mind waiting when I go to like a restaurant or
I'm pretty patient
or a
with a
coffee
lot of
shop.
things.
Like if I'm there and I know I'm going to be served, I don't mind waiting.
Yeah.
Like if I'm there. So like I had no problem, and I can stand for long stretches of time without having a problem. So I was just standing there for like an hour and a half just waiting, watching Iron Man 1 out of the corner of my eye while listening to these obnoxiously loud Disney shorts.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great old time at the BMV.
Gotta save $40. Yay, that'll buy me like 2 cheeseburgers in this world.
Man, this economy is screwed up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
$20 for a cheeseburger?
Yep.
Wow.
It's not that much, but
that's got to be a pretty
good
hamburger.
when you beat up random skateboard kids, they actually drop them like on their corpse. So
they have them shoved in their pockets.
Yeah, like you don't even need to buy them.
Yeah, of course.
Or you can find them in trash cans.
I'd like to buy a car, sir. Yes, that'll be 40 hamburgers.
I'm unable to defeat young children on the street, so cannot get them myself. I can't buy anything.
The cops bust down the door, and there's just a guy like grilling hamburgers, and he gets arrested for counterfeit.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't need the map. Maps are for nerds.
Of course, Dora cries single tear. There's actually never mind.
Hamburger in the trash can. That's what you were gonna say.
No, of course not.
Oh, really? Not the burger shop. Nobody goes to the burger shop. Let's see.
It's like the casino in this world, burger shop. It's
Yeah.
where you could lose all your money.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's buy whatever we can. I can.
Wonder if they have any drug bags in here.
Oh, I doubt it. That's the you find those in the trash.
Oh yes, of course.
$74. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. I need to buy the cheap bracelet, and I need to buy. What do I need to buy? The bat. So
It's good to be watching you play a game where you have clear, concise goals and you know what the heck you're doing again.
Well, I mean, I did last time. I just couldn't read.
my mind is like a serene ocean.
Yes.
Been in my PJs all day. I have a goblet of like Dr. Pepper. I'm just chilling.
Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper is a good one.
Yeah.
Back when I drank soda.
Yeah, Professor Salt went out of business because of him, and yeah, there's some anonymity there, or not anonymity, animosity. That's the word I want.
I was gonna say he went off the map. He disappeared.
Yes, he vanished from the face of the earth. Professor Salt.
Oh, skate punk. These guys are dangerous.
Yeah, he looks it. Those brown overalls really scare me.
Yes.
The skateboard's dope, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Having a fin on your helmet, you do not mess with a skateboarder who has a freaking fin
baby,
on their
a
helmet.
triple. No. I love the extra stuff they add into the text boxes. This is great. This guy will fight you if you talk to him.
The whole concept of like a random child just suddenly learning how to do minor spells is just really funny and awesome.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't like just learn them obviously, but
right.
He gets the gift from the meteorite, I guess. I mean, it's kind of just one of those things you're just like, it happens, you know.
Well, I mean, it's necessary that they stop Gygas, so I mean,
absolutely.
You got to give your protagonists what they need, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have Ness trying to fight an interdimensional nightmare being with no superpowers.
Smash.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
I love how it says they became tame when it's clearly like he beat the ever-loving daylights out of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different way of saying it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is a Nintendo game. This is an E-rated.
In the chat, M Lincoln 10 says, "Go bound some Earth."
That's Michael. Hey, what's up? Yes, I am. I'm bounding all the Earth. BDSM style.
Ness just skipping around.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's
bound
see.
over that Earth.
What was I? I was making a joke. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's not good. They're gonna gang up on me.
Well, they are a street gang.
It's true.
That's how they roll.
I was gonna say how this game was rated E on release. Let's see, how would it be? Yeah. No, definitely. That would kind of suck.
We talked about this with the Legend of Zelda stream, where it's like, imagine you're this evil, soulless monster that's just been waiting in a dungeon in case anything comes in, and like a small boy walks in with a sword and just happens to kill you in 5 seconds, and you've been waiting there for 1,000 years to protect your boss, who is this amazing villain, and you just have to do your job and don't let a boy walk in and kill you, and you're dead in 5 seconds. Yeah, that would be insanely embarrassing.
All right, let's go. Yeah, that was not smart. The best way to get, I mean, one of the only ways to get experience is to fight the dudes. Oh yeah, no, pink hair for sure. Yeah, I don't get. I still don't understand that decision. I mean, like, it's probably a sprite limitation, but like, why does he have pink hair? Why? You don't do that.
I don't know, man.
I declare it illegal. My voice is all.
I love how the crow has glasses, by the way.
Oh, it doesn't have glasses.
Or it has like shades.
It's got like, I think it's like eyebrows or something.
Is it?
Yeah, in the Japanese version they had cigarettes.
It looks like sunglasses.
Maybe I'd have to give it another look, but I don't know. But no, I basically need to fight.
I think it was to tie in with his bunny form.
Oh, you know what? I never actually thought about that. That's pretty smart. There's nothing in there. Let's see.
It's an odd creative choice, but I mean,
It is.
you gotta try stuff.
Yes.
I suppose.
Yes. I know that.
Yes. Unkillable protagonist.
Michael, I showed you the book, right?
Yes.
I really hope I showed you the book. The book is amazing.
I also love how there's weather vanes on everyone's houses.
Well, they gotta know, you know.
Yeah,
This was the 90s. You couldn't just look up what the weather would be. You'd have to tune in.
Or like toss some grass up into the air. Rooting through the garbage for stuff reminds me of BioShock.
Okay, look up the book Corolla on YouTube and you'll find it. I probably showed it to you, but it's an amazing piece of work.
My brain was melting the entire time, but it was so funny. It's so good. Because at first, everything seems fine.
Yes.
And then it's just not. And as to his point about, like, rooting through stuff, I've never played the BioShock games. I've heard good things about it, but I feel like that playing any Bethesda game, just, like, rooting through useless garbage. Like in Skyrim. Oh, it's like, oh, there's a treasure chest full of leeks and like, rope. Woohoo.
Yeah, no, I mean... We played a little bit together, and I really enjoy it. It was fun. I still need to finish it, but like
the first one.
It's good. Like, yeah, we started with the first one, because Michael has the trilogy.
In Rapture.
Yes. The
underwater city.
Yeah.
I want to.
I'm like sort of distracted because I'm like trying to not die, but also
that's a good thing to do.
But also just like engage in commentary. But I'm making it work. I need to see the sprite. Unless I immediately kill this thing. I immediately killed it. Okay, never mind.
Well, we'll never know.
Hey, but it gave us a cookie. I'm pretty sure that's 100% chance. So.
You're like the old dude with the croissant.
Yeah.
Just give me my pastry.
Let's see. The guy in Infinite. You're in a world with food for sale. Excellent. Cotton candy from trash is only 50% hazardous. If my stat tracker is correct. All right, let's buy the bracelet, and then we can actually fight some things.
There's a game called West of Loathing, which is like a stick
I need to get that game.
And
it's so funny.
The game punishes you for rooting through the trash for items, because whoever created the game knows that that's a thing in games, and I guess he wanted to make fun of it. So the game is literally like shaming you for doing it.
Well, it's cool because in Stardew Valley, you can look through the trash for items, except you have to do it when people aren't near you, or else they'll be like, "Ew, like, why are you looking through the trash?"
Stop eating out of the trash, you vagrant.
It's so great.
The spittoons. You gotta get that ring. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yes, I do remember that part, and the fact that spittoons are a thing that existed in this world and probably still do somewhere. I hope.
Probably in Arkansas.
Arkansas. Arkansas.
There's a place in Arkansas called Bald Knob. And also Possum Grape. Both actual places in Arkansas.
There's a town in Alaska called Unalaska.
Unalaska?
Unalaska, Alaska.
That's amazing.
Yes. I want to go there.
I still think that we should just call that entire state Seward's Folly still to this day.
Seward's Folly.
Yeah, Seward's Folly. He's the guy who bought it from whoever owned it previously, and everyone basically told him he was an idiot and a nincompoop because they thought it was like a barren wasteland. So everyone called it Seward's Folly.
But they got fish there.
I know someone. My cousin visited there, took a bunch of amazing photos, showed them to me, and I was immediately like, "Wow, Alaska looks beautiful."
It is a beautiful, beautiful state. I know someone who's actually going to work at like a fish, or like she had plans. I don't know if they're still up, given what's going on, but she was planning on going to a fish cannery for the summer. And just
for the summer, that is dedication.
Yeah, and just working. I'm like, I mean, you would make a lot of money for sure. Also, I'm probably gonna die again, but it's fine. Death is not a thing you worry about in RPGs. Let's see.
Luckily.
There are 2 Kansas cities? Oh, right, there are.
Yeah, there are.
Because they
There are
couldn't
also
they couldn't decide.
There's also two Portlands, one in Oregon, one in Maine.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's also, honestly, probably a Columbus in probably every state, to be fair.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that. There's
There's a lot of very common, like,
there's this one
names.
state named Delaware. It's really small though.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
What drives me crazy is street names. Like, the most uninspired street names just drive me crazy.
All over the place.
Because whenever I see, like, a lame street sign, I'm just thinking about what could have been. And when I see, like, there's 50 Walnut Streets in Westerville. It's like, please, can we come up with something?
I've seen all the Walnut Streets. Like, I've seen multiple. I'm just like, wow.
It's like, pick
they
something
like walnuts.
interesting. When I was working part-time as, like, kind of like a receptionist type person for a family friend, they have a radon detection business where they put the little machines in people's basement to detect whether there's, poisonous gases coming up from underground.
Yes.
They basically like rent out those machines, work with the homeowners so that way they can get the house inspected and like cleared of radon. Basically, I worked taking calls for them, and by virtue of that, I worked with a lot of homeowners getting addresses of places where we would need to drop off and pick up our boxes, our radon boxes. And some of those street names would have me like laughing to myself like a crazy person alone in the office. Because like one of them, I swear, was like Half Crescent Moon Lake Hill Drive or something. Like it was something stupid and long.
Buttermilk
like,
Hill.
You know what? I'd rather live there than on freaking Walnut Street, where it's just like you just looked across the street at a tree and we're like, you know what? That's good enough.
That's the thing that's there. Let's name it.
Yeah, it's like, can't we come up with we're people, and so like, can't we have better imaginations than all that? Can't we come up with something more interesting?
There's I think there's a Cologne Avenue somewhere in Delaware. Like Cologne. I'm like, okay. We've got
our sewage plant.
We have a main street that is not Main Street, thankfully. But we have a Central Avenue because if it's not Main Street, it's Central Avenue.
In Uptown Westerville, Main Street doesn't run the stretch of Uptown either. State Street does. Main Street crosses State Street, but it is not. You need to come up for Fourth Friday, if and when that happens over the course of the summer.
So you do your town events on the last Friday. Delaware does ours on the first. We have first Fridays.
Yeah, and then there's also
regional differences.
Oh gosh, no, I can't remember. It's not Gahanna. Actually, it might be Gahanna. They have something called Lakeside. Chardon's Main Street.
Oh yeah, they got Water Street.
Is there like a waterway nearby, like a river, anything that runs nearby? Oh, he says despite there being like no rivers.
Yeah, no.
See, even that Water Street is more than half the names that people come up with.
There's a haunted lake nearby.
Haunted lake?
Well, there's it's like a camp place with a haunted lodge, because I remember when we were doing our haunted episode, he was gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Or like he brought it up as something I could talk about, and I was like, well, I don't really know anything about it. So.
Is that Hitler in a top hat, or is that just the mayor on the sign for Onette?
There's no mustache. I mean, maybe. That's the mayor. I don't think so. Yeah, Punterson Lake. That's the place.
Punterson Lake?
Yes.
See, why can't there be a Punterson Lake Road? Like, why can't, like, Punterson, again, harking back to 2 episodes ago, like, punting something is possibly one of the funniest ways of, like, it's so much better than kick. I can't explain it. It's just, like, how the word sounds. Like, I would rather say punt. The original owner of Punderson Manor apparently killed himself during the Great Depression.
They do. I mean,
as a lot of people did during the Great Depression, I suppose.
In the Hoovervilles.
You know, it's so weird. My grandma's, whenever she talks about that, she says how weird it was that retroactively everyone calls it the Great Depression, but when she was living through it, they just called it hard times. Like, it's just like, things are hard right now. So,
they
didn't have a title for it.
Huh, that's weird.
I mean,
well, because a lot of that stuff is done retroactively, after all. I mean,
go ahead.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Great War, World War One, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
Ooh.
some staff still see his body hanging from the chandelier in the dining room when the sun is rising in the morning. It's like the Luigi's Mansion thing.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
What a talent.
That's...
Let's see. This is one area that looked a little different in the
World
beta.
War One, it was the European War. Well, the World War One, I think, was called the Great War.
Yeah, the Great War
pretty
is,
sure
is
that
what
they
I
called
know.
it. I thought they called World War One the war to end all wars. Like at the time, they thought that was it.
Yeah.
The Great War. And then
Oh boy, were they wrong.
Well, yeah. I think I've mentioned it before, but during the ceasefire, I always forget what year it happened. But during World War
Are you talking
I,
about like when they like had a Christmas celebration thing?
Yeah. And Hitler did not participate.
Oh.
Decidedly not.
When you don't get admitted to art school.
No, yeah. When America entered, it was Great War before European War. I guess that, because
Michael knows his history.
Before it crossed over into our shores. Where
oh yeah, I love this line.
Anything.
He says, "Hey kid, do you want to become a member?" And you say yes. And he's like, "Come back after you finish EarthBound." All right, I have to say no, and then he's gonna fight me, and I'm gonna beat him because he's a nerd, like my brother. Got him.
Got him. I love how this guy's glasses, like, on the outside of his, like, full body suit.
Yeah. All right, time to down some hamburgers.
But all that money. Think of the money.
Oh, don't worry. It comes out of people when I kill them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh, well. All right,
it's an odd habit of people in this town just shoving their pockets full of hamburgers.
I love how this game breaks the fourth wall, but like not in a meta way. You know, like in like an understandable, not over the top, not Undertale way. And the way Undertale does it isn't bad at all, because that's like sort of like the point of the game, but it's just hilarious. It's just funny to me. Like it's so well done, basically.
M Lincoln 10 wants to know we're gonna beat some cultists.
Not today.
Especially
as in not for Ness. I mean, we might get there, honestly. Well, it depends. It's
really
possible
does.
because once we get Paula, or like once we even get to Tucson, like it's so much. Well, I'll be able to play so much faster because this is actually like one of the hardest parts of the game. the first town.
You're so like leveled.
I can go in my game design rant right now because like this is something I'm going to talk about in the video probably. So EarthBound has its scrolling HP system, and so if you take mortal damage, you're not going to die immediately because you actually need the HP to tick down. And so what's so cool about that is like there are enemies that explode when you kill them and they do like tons of damage, or you can or so, like multiple people can be taking hits or like basically ticking down to death, except you can heal in that time and then they'll still stay alive because the number hasn't reached 0. And so it sort of like adds tension, and like you have to pay a lot of attention when you're fighting. And during the beginning of the game,
that's an unconventional health system for sure.
Well, yeah, and it's very cool, and that's something that like. And the reason this game did so many things right is because its predecessor did so many things very, very wrong. Because it does not have ticking HP.
Yeah.
So like it does not have on-screen enemies. It doesn't have ticking HP. So like if an enemy explodes and does like 200 damage, you just have to die, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
And like you can deal with it, and like there are ways to get around it, but like it's whatever. But what stinks about the beginning of this game is that you have so little HP that the scrolling doesn't really matter. And so that part of the gameplay doesn't really come in until a little bit later.
Because as soon as they hit you, they do a bunch of damage regardless of whether it stops and then starts scrolling.
Yeah, and so like you'll have to get enough for the scrolling to actually matter.
Right.
Also, this song is a reference to Johnny B. Good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it
You
starts
mean
out.
you mean the song that Michael J. Fox totally sang and wrote,
Yes, definitely.
and not anyone else?
Nope, absolutely not.
Speaking of history getting screwed up.
Yeah. Frank became tame,
Yes.
as they do. He shall do crime no more.
Nice and tame. Oh, we have a third person watching. Hello,
Hey,
hello, hello.
hello, people. Maybe it's Casey. I don't know. Well, okay, so
Could be.
there's someone in the Discord. I think it's Bug who like loves, or Garrett, I should say, who loves EarthBound, or maybe
Well, what the heck?
maybe it's somebody else. And I'm like, okay, so he'll have to be here, right? Like, if there's
No,
if
Bug's
there's a
offline.
stream, he's gonna want to see. Maybe I
Yeah,
mean people are doing
Bug's
finals. I don't know.
That's true. That's very true. I actually didn't know whether you were gonna stream tonight because of finals.
Oh no, I've got
This
like
guy, dude,
I've got-
this guy looks like a Wallace and Gromit character. The
yeah,
big white gloves.
he does a little bit. But no, like I only have one more final and maybe a couple more projects, so I only have one more scheduled thing to do, and then the rest of my stuff is due Sunday, so I'm good.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me think.
I'll be praying that your final
so
goes well.
my one well, what stinks is that it's like the one class that's just the worst because so it's like
the one with the teacher that's frustrating you. That growl.
Ugh.
Dude, that growl.
And
That's Toby stuff right there.
Well, but yeah. Oh man, it's almost Toby. Well, no, it's Toby times in a few hours, but like
Toby time?
Toby time.
Did you just say Toby time?
Yeah, that's like the period of the day where
What?
it's possible he'll show up. Like I have
Dude,
I have a
that's
calendar.
Like t-shirt. That's like t-shirt material.
It's like I have like this astral like star chart.
Okay.
And so like I can see the stars and like when he's more likely to show up. So like
dude, you gotta put.
it isn't colloquium, Michael. So basically, for colloquium, because it's like we basically just had our final essay as we normally would have in like a standard like. It's always like read the book, write the essay, and so that's it. So I already turned in my final essay because I did my revision and then sent that in. So I'm done with colloquium finally, thank goodness. Ugh, that's a whole other can of worms. But my design class, I think I really would have enjoyed it had I had a different teacher because I know someone who had a different one. They're like, oh yeah, that class was so easy. It was so much fun, and like the stuff we're learning is like cool because it's like color theory and like history of design and like basic principles. Except my teacher is the worst, and it's a Tuesday-Thursday class, but she scheduled our exam for 7:45 in the morning on Friday.
Ugh.
I'm like, why do you do this? Nobody wants to do this. And so I was about to email her and be like, I have a time conflict. But no, I'm just gonna take it when it's there.
It's called sanity, sleep, schedule.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
everyday.
Oh, you know what?
things.
I've been having so much trouble. I forgot the Mr. Baseball cap because I'm dumb and I'm trying to be sociable while playing video games.
Hey, you know what? You've been doing. You're doing all right without it. So.
I'm doing excellent. I'm a sweet treat. I'm a joy to be around. Michael would get that one.
That looks like Pigpen from
It does, yeah.
Charlie Brown.
All right.
Oh, I forgot about this place.
Yeah. This is like one of those things that's just like there, but it's
Nice
nice.
and tucked away in the
Because the Mr. Baseball cap, you won't be able to buy that for a while, so like it's a very nice bonus. I can't believe I forgot. Oh, it's a good thing I'm playing through this again.
Yeah.
I have like most of it. There are parts of this game that I get a little foggy on, but then there are other things that are like let me think. The first game, EarthBound Beginnings, I know that game like to a T in terms of like. Yeah, no, this place is dangerous, and it's just because. I guess I don't
Oh,
even...
there's Mr. Rossetti.
Yeah, it is Rossetti. Basically, I don't know. I don't know why I'm like losing my train of thought here. I don't know why.
Is this like tiny rural town such a dangerous place?
Like I explained, it's the HP thing, and also the fact that it's just you. Like it makes it a lot harder. As soon as you get even one other person,
Was he
it's very
talking
nice.
about game design or literally like in lore of the universe? Why is this small town full of gangsters and giant robot monsters and like alien attacks and cults?
Well, as you
like
would know,
other small towns,
as you would know, Max, as somebody who lived in the 90s for maybe 5 minutes, Um,
Yes,
This is just how it was, you know?
Yeah, the 90s, I mean, everyone talks about, like, all those movies from the 80s were totally right about how the 90s were just going to be an apocalypse that we need robotic cops for. They were totally right. 1998 was just a hellscape, and I'm so glad that we were able to turn things around before 2000.
Yes.
I mean, I'd like to take partial credit for it coming in hot at 1998. I'd like to think that I helped balance out some things before the turn of things, but that's probably
And then
wishful
I
thinking
came
on my part.
along.
Yes, the equalizer.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so this is the guy on the signs.
Yes,
with
this
the
is
little
this
Hitler
is the
stash.
mayor going for re-election. So he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a key so you can go and get killed, but it's
Bruh.
not my responsible
He's wearing sunglasses
responsibility."
indoors. That is.
Yes, he is.
That guy is too cool for school. We got another 1998 person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000s
It's such an
club,
odd.
anyone?
It's such an odd place to be born because like you don't. You're too
I think my
young to remember all the
sister-
stuff from
My
the
sister
90s.
my sister was born in 97, I think.
I was too young to know any of the shows or the references from the 90s or the clothing styles, but I know about them.
Well,
I just
because
didn't
like
experience them
we were
because I was
both
too
we were
young.
both still affected by it, and like
Yeah.
and honestly, like the 90s didn't really end until like some of the 2000s anyway. But like when
It
I
just
when I
would
look
not
at
go
like
away.
when I look at like baby pictures, I'm like, this looks like a 90s baby picture, you know? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's get in here. Key to the shack.
Thinking about actually buying myself a Polaroid.
Ooh,
Polaroid.
those things are
because-
cool, except they're pricey.
They are pricey, but like I feel like it's worth having that physical picture. But another thing about that is like with a phone, you don't have to be careful at all about the pictures you take.
Yeah, yeah.
Like unless you fill up your phone, but with a Polaroid, you have to be a little bit more careful and more choosy about taking pictures and what you take it of and
Yes.
when.
And
so
it makes
there's
it makes
something-
it more intentional.
Yeah, there's something attractive to me about that intentionality. That's just better than just like taking a million pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I had my iPod, my younger brother and Will grabbed my phone and they took, I don't know how any other way to explain this, but they took like 6 minutes worth of photos.
Oh,
That's the only way
I
can
think I
describe
remember
it.
that. Yeah, it's like
6
a classic
minutes
classic
worth of
troll.
photo. It's just like a stop motion idiots just running down a hallway. It's
Excellent.
just, you guys suck. And at the time, I didn't know how to like mass
Oh
select
no.
and delete. So it's like I did not know what I was doing.
Oh,
You're a
that's
millennial,
amazing.
but also a Gen Z. That's the problem with 98. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
it's like the weird in between.
I don't feel a connection really to either side. I'm not in with the hip kids, and you can tell because that just left my mouth. But I also am not like. one of
That's
those
true,
people, like,
yeah.
I didn't grow up playing on a
The
like,
first
an old
picture is
Nintendo
weird.
thing either, because like I was too young for that. Like a Wii was like the very first one.
Hey,
back in the
Dr.
1800s, you
Tabby,
took one picture and it
hello.
looked like 20. Yeah, that's why no one was freaking smiling. 'Cause
Are
You had to
you-
sit still so long
I'm
for
trying
the
to think.
photos.
Is
Dr.
Is
Tabby,
Dr. Tabby the
Mrs.
one? Are you the person in our Discord who's really into EarthBound? Because I'm like,
Are
there's
you
somebody,
the person in our Discord?
and
There are
I'm
many.
I'm blanking on the name. I mean, there are for sure.
Welcome
Because
to
this
the
is
stream, though,
this is
regardless.
this game is a great after all.
This is a game.
Yes.
Wahoo yaha.
Wahoo!
Wahoo yaha.
Okay. Let's see. Writing.
What's the
if you
Discord
check the server or not the server, the channel, there's a link to the Discord right below the stream. Should be on the webpage. I believe I put that there. If not, I can put it in the chat momentarily, or Max can actually. Are you able to do that?
No, don't put the pressure on me. Okay, hold on. What am I doing?
Just copy it, like create an invite, and then you can just copy it.
Ooh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Hold on. How do I do that? Right click on my name.
Right click on the server, and
On,
then on the B side, cryptids.
On conspiratorial or
No. Like the server icon on the left,
oh yeah.
and then create invite, and then you should be able to copy a thing.
I don't think I can. I'm right clicking the icon.
Oh,
And I don't think I have the ability to do that.
Let me check quickly.
Maybe you should just.
I
send
might
it.
I might be the only person who's allowed to. Is there invite?
Which-
Is there invite people? Is that a thing?
No, I have like mute server notification settings, privacy settings, or leave
Oh
server.
yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to turn on. Okay.
Well, I mean, it makes some sense not to have everyone be able to just do that.
Let's
But,
see.
we said we're not in with the hip crowd, Avery. We just said we're not in with the hip crowd, Avery. I don't know any of this. What's this Discord? What's this fandangled computer you're talking about? What do you mean Discord?
All right,
All
here,
I know is
I'm gonna
Skype, like the kids use.
I'm gonna
for
put
gaming.
it. I'm gonna put it in context, and
Okay.
you can copy it over because I don't think I'm actually signed into this chat right now.
Okay. And you put it in context, you said?
Yeah, so you can see it.
All right, so
After that brief intermission, we're back. No,
this interlude. That sounds so much
I'm part
better.
of. I don't know about you guys. I'm part of the hip crowd.
That's one way to look. Yeah.
There you go.
Again, the fact that
Join our server. Send us memes.
There's a fourth person watching.
Oh, nice.
Welcome. Come
I was
on,
like,
come on.
for a second, I was like, "Are you sure that is?" I saw your message. I was like, "Are you sure that isn't you?"
Back in my day, Discord meant breaking the Geneva Conventions. He said.
It's amazing. Yeah, checking the Discord.
Yes.
Yes, I knew that.
Yes, I knew that.
You know, your father wrote the book.
You know that your father wrote the book.
I used to own a Corolla.
I used to own a Corolla.
I always like to be the guy who gets there first. But you were here first. Yes, I know that.
Okay, you gotta stop. You're gonna scare away the people who don't know what that is in the chat now.
Yes, everyone's just like, what are they doing?
The only reason why they clicked on this video is because they were confused as to what you called the stream. We all know it.
Fuzzy pickles.
Fuzzy pickles.
I say that when I take pictures of people, actually. I'm like, fuzzy pickles, and then people
Fuzzy
are like,
pickles.
what? And then I get pictures of people who are confused.
Just like seriously confused people.
Yeah, those are the best reactions, though. Like, that makes it candid.
Well,
You're not Jeffrey! Also, I'm about to die. That's not good.
to ants as well, which is not good.
Antoids, thank you very much.
Oh, you're right. That is excusable.
Ah, I died. Oh well. Do I care? Not really. I don't really have much money on me, and that's the only consequence. I do have to walk back, though.
That's another thing. I mean, you're even a step ahead of me because you actually knew, Vines, because I did not watch. Like, Vine annoyed me so much.
Same here.
I avoided it like the plague.
Michael shows me a lot of them.
You need people in your life to show you the good ones. That's the thing. Hope I'm not that person. I have a huge obsession with the game.
All right, well,
welcome to the stream.
Join the Discord. Send us some memes. I mean, it'll be fun,
In the meme category.
Only in the meme category, or else someone's gonna get angry because I have it sorted.
Oh, I didn't watch it in high school. Okay, yeah.
Because Vine's a thing you check on YouTube now. Like, you see the compilations, and you get the titles that are like Vines I watch with my grandma who's like sick or something. Like those weird
Dr.
titles.
Tabby says he's got some good memes.
Ooh,
so
good memes.
Send them.
Excellent.
I only liked Vine after
I'm surprised.
high school.
Like I'm honestly thought Garrett would be on here, but it's fine, I guess. he'll just have to watch the upload later.
Yeah, you'll just have to imagine the fire. No, like
that's
honestly,
true. That's true.
Oh, there's a fifth person.
Your friend. Your friend
Dude,
is.
There's five. There's 5 people watching right now.
Well, you don't need to freak out like that. Jeez.
Well, that's the most we've ever had.
Is it? I don't know. No,
yes.
I feel like my first few streams I've had more. Yeah, see what you did? You're scaring them off.
Sorry.
You're scaring them off. But no, Michael's friend is definitely a big meme lord. Can confirm.
I have to have other people show me Vines because like the people who experienced it in its heyday know.
They know the good ones.
They know the quality ones because there's so many of them.
Nice. I will check out your meme later. I'm not able to check messages right now.
Now. Okay. Nice.
I'm excited.
I appreciate the simplicity.
Dr. Tabby, I hope you're an actual Tabby. Like, I hope you're a cat. Like, that'd be great.
Like a cat?
Yeah. Like, I don't like to be disappointed by usernames. And also a doctor. Do you have evidence of your PhD?
Is it like one of those like sham health commercials
like a quack?
where like It's some sort of like protein powder, and then they have like a 5-second clip of a doctor, and there's like 40 diplomas behind him. And you're like, I'm not sure about this anymore. I
Yes.
was before you showed me all the pieces of paper taped to your wall behind you, and now I'm not feeling it. I want to see that. Well, if I'd wanted to see a rowdy mouse, I would have whipped around a computer mouse, Jeffrey. An evil doctor, not an actual medical doctor. Okay, that works.
Hey,
That's
we'll
still
take evil doctors. I know a few.
Yeah, I mean the world. I mean
Doofenshmirtz is the main one.
Doofenshmirtz,
Evil Incorporated. That's a good one. All right, who should I take out first? Probably the mouse. Thank you.
Probably the bigger of the two, because
or not the mouse. The ants.
These are like
the ants are actually pretty annoying.
These are like Narnian-sized animals, so they need to be taken care of. These are like any of the creatures that live in the sewers in Florida. They're all like 5 sizes too big.
I can't wait until we can fight hard crocodile.
Croc, you mean?
A very no.
Dr.
This croc does excellent. I'm very proud. This croc doesn't scrawl. It's a normal crocodile.
It's just a boring old croc.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But I'm willing to scream croc scrawl once we get there.
Can you imagine like a crocodile like stepping around the swamp like in Crocs?
No.
Would that make them more or less horrifying because they've learned how shoes work? Would that make them scarier?
Well, the fact that alligators enjoy sunbathing is like a weird fact to me already. So like, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, these people, they're calling for help, and I can't use Rockin'.
I heard something about, I can't remember if it's
this is bad. Oh, thank you.
Alligators or crocodiles. I can't remember, but it's something about like the reason why when people wrangle gators or crocodiles, they grab the mouth and close it shut is because the way that their mouths work.
It's hard for them to...
If they can manage to get their mouth open, all the force comes from them basically releasing that pressure and snapping down.
Yeah.
So if they never get the chance to open it up, it's not like they're super strong at getting their mouth open. Mm-hmm. They're super strong at getting their mouth like down.
Shut.
Yeah, which is I think is super interesting.
That is pretty cool to know.
When I went to Civil Air Patrol encampment back in 2013, they brought out a police dog expert, and they had this big German Shepherd with titanium capped teeth. And they brought out this guy in all this padding, and the dog like dragged him to the ground, like in a training situation.
Yeah.
And the guy giving the orders, they breed these dogs and like raise them in this like very obscure part of like Switzerland or something, and they are raised on that language from that region. So it's ultra specific. So the dogs only obey orders given in that very specific language and dialect. Wow. So like no one can tell them to stop. No one can tell them to sit. It's all in like a language that only they and their trainer know, which is super cool. And that dog, like he took off his padding afterward and showed us his arm, and his arm was so bruised up, and he was wearing like insanely thick padding.
I bet.
Emily Content says the Swiss do everything right. Banking chocolate neutrality. You know what?
They do.
I tend to agree with that.
They do.
Also, watches, right?
Yes, they do. Watches.
Yes, they do watches.
Knives.
Yes, we do watches now.
Maybe not knives, but like a lot of those like fun, like, what's the word for that? Like watches and
timepieces.
Yeah, timepieces.
We have some.
There's some really cool Swiss culture. Yeah, you can just say Michael. I mean,
sorry, it takes me forever to like.
Well, because I've talked to him about you. I've talked about how cool he is to you before. So.
Oh, so you lied like I told you to.
What?
So I said so you lied like I told you to.
Yes.
I probably have never been referred to as cool in my life, and I am fine with that.
All right.
That is a very specific category of person.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just a man trying to make his way in the universe.
I'm a man.
I'm just a boy.
I'm just a boy.
I'm just a boy. I woke up this morning with a knife and killed you. You have a gun. I'm just a boy.
I'm not being stupid anymore. Remember to get my power points. So now I can actually heal myself.
Not being stupid.
Because I want to keep my
anymore.
inventory open for now, because I'm not going to need any other items for a while. If I'm
They have
lucky.
such a big. The mice have such a large like attack radius.
Well, so like the whole gimmick with these guys is that they'll get smash attacks really often to do like maybe 11 damage, but if they don't, they do 1 basically. Like, so basically like they're crit machines that are kind of effective but not really.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the Antoids are just annoying.
The Antoids look like Fisher Price toys.
A little bit, yeah.
Like one of their antennas red and
like,
the other one's green. I like the design.
They sort of remind me of something you could build with Kinects. Do you remember Kinects?
I do. I had
like,
a lot of Kinects.
We had this roller coaster thing you could make out of it. It was so cool.
Yeah. I didn't like them near as much as I liked Legos.
Oh, no.
But
Legos
Kinect
are great.
had a lot of very interesting...
A lot of cool, like, mechanical things you could do.
You could make some really interesting, like, structures and shapes because of all the points at which you could connect things.
I'm surprised we haven't seen these guys yet.
Whoa, I forgot about these guys.
You only see them if you get hit by like a big group for the most part, and they're pretty harmless because they have PSI, except they have to like charge it up first. So
there's psychic slugs.
Yeah,
my favorite.
I mean, just like our world, they have to charge it up.
Ness uses Salt Alpha.
Salt Alpha.
They make salt guns for killing flies.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Whenever I stay up in Minnesota, all the cabins have like salt for leeches and stuff. Because they got leeches in their water.
When we were a kid, Mom and Dad used to put bounties out for every fly killed and get like a quarter.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's
effective when you've got a lot of kids.
It's effective, but I mean, like, at the same time, it's like we were probably the reason why they got in the first place. Let's be honest.
True.
Because kids leave the door open all the time in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't think about letting all that nice, cool air out. And so, like, we were probably the reason they were there in the first place. But, you know.
All right. We're about halfway to the... Well, there's like a little rest area where you can recharge with the magic butterflies, so we'll be there pretty soon.
I actually did end up buying Hollow Knight, and I've been playing it.
Ooh, nice. I really need to pick that up, because I've heard so many good things. And I like those 2D sorts of...
Yeah.
Is it Metroidvania-esque, or is it more like a
very
combat sort of... Like hard bosses.
There's a lot of backtracking to places you've been before because there was stuff you couldn't do until you get a certain thing.
Nice.
It's definitely a Metroidvania. I definitely say it is. Like, and combat is not the most important thing to the game Well,
yeah.
Like the end goals, like all the high points. If you think of it as peaks and valleys. The peaks are always fighting rather than puzzle solving or anything of that sort. Like it all comes down to combat on the high points, but getting to those high points, there's a lot of rooms that are populated with either nothing or very low totem pole creatures that you can just avoid, or fight to get some extra cash, but like barely any. I'm in the part of the game where I've done everything I need to do in like the hub, like the main area where you start the game.
Yeah.
I've pretty much wrapped all that out, and now the struggle is the area beneath me is locked up, and I don't know how to unlock it yet. I have to approach it from a different angle, and I've explored a good amount of the stuff to the left. Barely any to the right because I think I'm missing some skill that I need somewhere else in order to do that part. So at this point, it's kind of like fumbling around trying to figure out where I'm supposed to progress.
Yeah.
So I can get more stuff. Because already there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to like keep track of. An interesting aspect of the game that I haven't utilized yet, but it seems really cool, is when you buy this map from this cartographer bug, you can buy... markers, like customized markers that you can pinpoint
Draw
on the map at any time. So like if you come across something that's fascinating, if you paid the $100 in-game currency,
Yeah.
with
You
your
can
points,
like set
you
markers
can like
and...
mark it on your map to just be like, okay, don't forget to come back to this place.
Yeah,
later.
that's cool. That's something, at least in the Metroid games I've played, that's not there. You just sort of have to remember secrets, and they sort of mark them for you, but
it takes a lot of skill. The combat, actually, like it takes a lot of skill.
That's the main thing I've heard, and I like games with a lot of difficulty.
I definitely think you'd like it. The score's amazing. The atmosphere is beautiful. I think for me, like, it's definitely not like a smash 'em up quick, where you go into a room and you fight enemy and you just like wham on them a ton. A lot of it is timing based, and like when that window of opportunity happens, you'll probably only get like 1 or 2 hits in, maybe. And so each of the bigger fights with anything serious is going to take more time. Unless I come across something in the game that makes your nail do more damage, I don't know if that changes. Or if you just have to get used to it taking a long time to beat certain enemies. Like, it just takes a while to do certain things.
Defense down.
Yeah, dying in that game sucks worse than like any other game I've played, because there are these rest areas where you save, but a mechanic to the game that I didn't know about is that when you die, your regrets appear as a shadow form of yourself in the spot that you died. And in order to regain all of your currency,
you have to go back there.
To that
so
spot
it's like it's like Dark Souls, sort of.
Except that you have to kill it.
Oh, so there's an extra step.
It will attack you. So it will wait outside of an area. Like if it's a boss room,
that's so
at
cool.
It waits outside. But the problem is, you can actually lose HP to your regrets before you even get to the battle. And I think that's so. I mean, you get punished for dying. Like, it's rough. Like some of the battles, it took so long for me to actually win.
I bet.
Like, I've only really had like 2 main boss fights, and they've both been enjoyable, but both have been very stressful. So stressful. But then again, I'm also not like a super gamesman. Like, I like games, but I don't play an exorbitant amount of games, and so it's just unusual. I'm also I don't usually play console games, so getting used to controller-based stuff, which, to be fair, for certain things, like I do have a bunch of Call of Duty games, and I cannot imagine playing that on a computer. I just can't. Like, it just doesn't compute in my mind. But then again, a game like Fallout 4, I cannot imagine playing that on console, because it's like I need the mobility. Super games.
I am super games man with the GAY at the front.
I am super games ma'am.
Games ma'am. Yes.
That's the mom.
His wife.
Yes. Super games mom.
All right, let's insta kill all these foes. That's what's so nice about like defeating a sanctuary boss is like all the enemies will run away from you and you can just insta kill most of them. Get some free experience. Which I might as well, because it's here, and...
Yeah, why not?
RPGs are numbers games, after all, and I intend to win them, so...
They are numbers games that are very, very, very much trying to be disguised as not.
Earthbound is actually the most sophisticated, colorful calculator I've ever seen.
I don't know, Minecraft.
Oh, that's true. When you can make Minecraft in Minecraft, that's kind of like a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's like
very Ryuji of me. Yeah,
that's a tier. That's a tier of nerddom that my brain can't even compute.
Well, Michael has played Persona, so we're like making all the references now.
All the Persona's jokes.
Are you for real?
The insta kills.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Ryuji helps you. You get like skills when you level up your like relationship with your friends, and one of them is insta kill, which is something more games should do because it saves your time, for goodness sake. Something that maybe originated sort of in this game, I think. It's very nice. Not enough RPGs do it.
Watch the next rat you see show up with like a chef's hat and a spoon and be like, "Wait, don't kill me! I know how to cook." And
I wish. Remy draws near cautiously.
Just let me on top of your head.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Let me do my mind control, but not really. Yeah, no, like I spend so much time, Michael, like grinding in mementos. So like just to put this into perspective, how well I destroyed Persona 5 Royal. And this is for you, Max, because I think I already explained this to Michael.
You didn't tell me in
I
totality how
so
amazingly you beat it.
also I'm getting arrested. But that's
Oh,
fine.
fun.
I like how it says do not enter, but it clearly says don't enter. But whatever.
You got him. You got him on a technicality. You're free to go.
either way. So by the time I got to the final boss in Royal, and I'm not gonna spoil anything because that'd be dumb.
It would.
Because I beat the game within like 1 or 2 weeks, maybe closer to 3. I don't know. Because it hasn't even been out for a month yet, at least not here in the States. But I'm getting sidetracked. When I got to the final boss, I beat the last. I was max level. I had every single persona fused. I had like some of the top tier equipment and stuff, and then I beat the last non-scripted phase of the final boss in a single turn.
Wow. Sheesh.
I mean, there are some like, if you know how to fuse personas, like it breaks the game so well, and that's one of my favorite parts about games like this is because you can just destroy, like seeing how powerful you can get is one of my favorite parts about RPGs, because there's like, especially with a game like Persona, because there's so much you can do in terms of building personas and your character builds and what party members you use, and it's so much fun.
I actually $49 in your bank account?
I do.
How did you get that money?
By defeating monsters. It goes to your bank.
Oh, wow.
Like, so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so like you have to withdraw it actually, which is really cool.
It's the soul bank.
Yes. I have one of those, sort of.
Yes.
I don't use it though. I've gone away from that life.
You just devour them whole, like you don't store them.
Mm. I'm actually trying to play the first Persona pretty soon. I'm working out.
I love the parts of the game that are like this. I love these sequences.
When Paula's like talking to you, yeah.
Like the faint
telepathy.
Yeah, the faint telepathy of like a character you haven't met before is such a cool idea.
Yeah. Nintendo in the first game actually has telepathy as well, and you use it a little bit, not in the same way that Paula does, but you use it to like read people's minds and stuff. It's cool.
That is cool.
All right, I gotta save because I'm gonna get attacked by the police. It's about as bad as it sounds. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, Jay probably does have a soul bank. It's probably different than mine though. His is probably more corporeal, if that makes any sense.
like an actual piggy bank.
Yeah, like
that he would smash open when he's ready to like buy a really cool sword.
Yes, Jay has a sword, right? I think he does. He's the kind of person who would have a sword.
That's such an odd invention, the piggy bank.
A sword?
Because they're made to be
destroyed.
Broken.
Yes.
They're not a permanent fixture of anything.
I mean,
just like
all the ones I did. Most of the ones I did, they had like holes in them. You could like, or like a little plug thing. You could get the money out.
Like plastic or something.
Yeah.
But like, in all the
he has multiple swords. Okay. Nice.
Is a few. I have many swords.
Yeah, this part's a little weird. We're like, okay, I need you to open up the roads, please, because that's like Onette's thing. They like to block roads, which they explain. And then he's like, all right, he's like, here, come to this back room with me. I'm gonna summon five of my goons, and we're all gonna like just fight you because that's what police officers do. So. Huh. Right,
did EarthBound predict police brutality?
I have a feeling it wasn't there first, but you know, I'm not sure.
Looks like he's dancing.
Yeah, he's like doing his karate K-rate moves, as they say. The K-rate.
The K-rate.
And twins.
And
twins.
Did that guy just get absorbed into the other officer? What just happened?
It's osmosis. It's an RPG thing.
Oh, is he just standing next to him?
Yeah.
Behind him. Okay.
Well, I think he ran out of the room.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, what just happened?
Well, I love how like every time like you get like especially in like Final Fantasy games when you get new party members, they just sort of like walk into you and disappear. It's like osmosis, yay! I love it. He did talk about it. Matt Pat did. In his Earthbound theory.
That, I don't think
It's one of his old ones, like old ones, like 2009-ish. No,
I mean,
it's one of his.
Michael
It's
mentioned
like
earlier
it's
how
one of his like
embarrassing-
PowerPoint theories, if you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh! Like,
Yeah,
imagine,
yeah. Well, because he
imagine-
was talking about how like the cult in this game relates to an actual real world one in Japan.
Oh,
It's a
I
very
think
interesting episode.
the fact that like a boy walks into a police academy and is just like wrecking shop is be so embarrassing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, this is the police station. It's no academy.
Well, what I mean is like, right? These guys have made it. Like, there's a bunch of them.
Yes, exactly.
They just cannot handle the moves
Mm-hmm.
that Ness has.
I need to heal because this last cop is gonna chicken out on me, and I have to fight the commander, Captain Strong.
Strong.
Super Ultra Mambo Tango Foxtrot Martial Arts. I messed it up. All right, Captain Strong attacks. Time to heal, please.
This guy totally looks like he's ready for battle.
Yes. All right, we're gonna use psychic powers. He's on guard. He's not even fighting me right now. That's weird.
Captain Stonks.
Captain Stonks.
Captain Stonks.
Stunk.
You got him. You got him, Avery. You got him.
It's a good thing I'm faster. Oh, that was easy. Okay.
Booyah.
Oh, you're right. It was. I wonder.
You won.
I wonder if that LGBT theory that he did is actually like. I don't even remember. Like, I think I watched it once, but it was so long ago. I'm curious what he was. If that holds up today. I think it was about whether or not like video games are anti-LGBT, and I'm like, I don't know. All right, open up the roads, you silly goose.
I was just beat up by a child. Take all the roadblocks away.
He's taken over the police station. He has you have to believe.
He's
Do what he
just taken
says.
My badge.
Do what he
He's taken
says.
My badge and gun. Just do what he says.
Yep. Everyone
And on
knows
that
toilets
day,
should
Ness
always
left.
face east.
And on that day, Ness left one at a better town than he had come into it.
Time to
With the
take on
corrupt police
Tucson.
force- with the corrupt police force licking their wounds after defeating them in
Alright.
brutal fashion.
Time to heal up with Frank because he's actually a free heal. Forgot about that. I like it. This guy runs up to you. He's like, yeah. Every time you pass by.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
Oh, the soundtrack is so good. I love it.
I wish I could have it on right now, but I can't.
Oh, that's true, because you'd be hearing double. The Earthbound Beginnings actually had a really weird... so it has its soundtrack, but then it has a vocal version of the soundtrack. Like, not all the songs, but a lot of them actually have, like, lyrics to them, and it's, like, it's very 90s... Or no, it's 80s. The game came out 89. But it's so quirky, and I love it. Ooh, mushroom time.
Hamburger! Yes, 20 bucks.
I'm gonna avoid the mushrooms if I can, because I do not want to deal with that.
Those are poisonous mushrooms anyways.
Oh yeah, no. Video games, especially, like, Western, are much more LGBT representative. The Japanese, like... Well, it's interesting, because Japan will tend to show a lot more, but mostly in, like, less sensitive ways. So that's why that stuff gets censored, even though, like, you would think, like, oh, they have this sort of thing, but then they take it out. It's like, well, no, mostly because they're making fun of it.
Stuff doesn't seem to make a lot of sense with how we in America picture their society. There are just some things that are in their games that we would think wouldn't be in there.
Well, or no, not necessarily that even. Well, I mean, I don't know, but, like, it's more so like, oh, it's weird that that thing is there, and we're accepting of it, but that they took it out. But the fact is, the way they're representing that stuff is a way that would not be so representative, I guess, today, if that makes any sense.
That guy outside looks like Mr. T.
It is basically. I think I made that
Did you?
Yeah, I mentioned that I think in
Like I
my
said, it's been so
Let's Play.
long since I watched that playthrough.
What do you mean you don't watch it once a year?
I
What?
did go back. I
I
did
need
go
the
back
ad
and watch.
revenue.
I did go back and watch through our Luigi's Mansion playthrough that we did with Jake.
That was
like,
so
in
much
the
fun.
last like week and a half.
That was great.
I had it on while I was drawing and stuff.
Nice. I tried drawing the other day, and I'm just like, nope.
Yay! Do it.
I did not get very far. I mean, I worked on some other stuff. I was working on like elements and like basic like
Nice.
symbols to make artwork for.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just realized none of this is actually useful to me. But I think I might take a break in a few minutes, but it'll be fast. I want to buy a teddy bear for sure.
Okay.
Because that'll take hits for me. And I've already talked about how having more party members is nice.
It's like those novelty bears that are like
Massive,
5 feet tall.
Yeah, those
like
things like those things you could like maybe win at like Cedar Point or something.
Yeah. I actually won one of those, you know, those games at the fair where it's the mallet and then it's the bell at the top.
Yeah.
I actually won one of those.
Nice.
Like probably like 6 years ago, I won like a squid hat.
Oh, those things are great.
Yeah, with the big googly eyes, where you
get your
basically just
Splatoon
put it
on.
over your entire. Yeah, you'd basically just put it over your entire head.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually won because I was fortunate enough to actually land the mallet on the very small thing you're supposed to hit.
Nice.
That's the only time I ever tried one of those games, and I won, and I will never do it again, so I don't mess up my my stats.
Mm-hmm. This is what I want. Copper bracelet. Give me that. All right.
Teddy bear is like Bernie from Don't Starve. Have not played Don't Starve.
It is like Bernie. Oh, you're right. I don't really play as Willow, though, to be fair, because Willow's not that great. Unless they buffed her. I haven't played it in so long, but...
Once again, I am asking for your financial support. This is the guy with the mask. I like that guy. He's got like a Shy Guy mask.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't think I actually ever buy anything from him, but... I can check, I guess. Let's see. Because, like, everyone sells stuff here, which is cool. Oh, this is the ruler guy. Yeah.
World's greatest ruler.
Whenever basically you buy it and then you can use it, it's like, yay, now you can measure many things, and then like that's it, because that's just this game's sense of humor. But no, with Don't Starve, I always play as WX08, I think his name is, the robot guy. He's very good. Also Wolfgang is good. Who else? Maxwell's cool, if a little frail. Willow's cool, too. I like Willow, because summoning a ghost to help fight is fun. Everdread, hey! This guy's weird.
Laughs like Wario.
Oh, I mean Wendy. Yeah, Wendy, actually, not Willow. Wendy's great. Yeah, let's see. We got Everdread right here.
This guy's rocking the 2 patterns.
He is.
He's trying his best.
He's trying to steal things from me. Oh, he stole a cookie. Oh no, wow. I'm going to miss that 6 HP.
Well, we took it off a dead bird, so you know.
I don't like playing as Wendy just because I don't like I mean there's only so much you could do by setting forest fires, if that makes sense. They might have made her character better, but I'm not sure.
Smokey the Bear has joined the chat.
Yeah, no, Wendy's great.
Anybody in the chat, did you notice that those ad campaigns have completely vanished from the earth and you don't see them anymore?
Which ones?
Smokey the Bear. When I was a kid,
oh yeah, no, I haven't
Saturday mornings, I used to see them all the freaking time, and now they just don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like that entire ad campaign of only you can prevent forest fires, I have not seen one of those commercials in like 9 years.
Yeah, I mean
they just sort of vanished.
Let's see. All right, where are we going next? I should go to Paula's house first. I could get the bicycle, but I'm not going to because it's not that useful. I'm surprised that's not a back attack. But no, Wendy's great because like your sister is really good crowd control, and I forget her name. It starts with a C, I think. No.
stream just froze up a tiny bit. Like, just got delayed for a second, but I think you're back.
Yeah, that's something on your end.
Yeah,
Mine's saying everything's good.
What's up with this purple lady?
I think whenever someone's like under Gygas influence, they get the blue skin, I guess.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because like that's why everything is so crazy, is because he's like making the humans and animals fight for him. Basically, he's like an evil force.
He's trying to stop you.
Yeah, basically, because this 10-year-old he's a powerful boy.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse.
All right.
Michael says he likes playing as Wickerbottom.
Wickerbottom's cool. Has her perks for sure. Abigail, that's it. Right. Yeah, Abigail's cool.
I didn't know there are that many playable characters in Don't Starve.
Oh, there are so many. Especially if you have the expansions. They had
DLC.
A lot. Yeah.
Because when I first heard about that game, it was probably in like a Game Informer from GameStop, probably like 6 years ago, and there was only like 2 characters you could play as.
You start out with one, and then you unlock more. I think it
is
had
there an end goal to that game? Like,
there is
story?
There is an adventure mode with like light story. Except it's kind of unconventional because you have to be playing you play your normal survival mode, and then you actually find like a gate, and it takes you into adventure mode.
Oh.
So it's like it's weird. And that's where you unlock Maxwell and Wes if you like pain.
Oh, so, Apple Kid and Orange Kid.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I took that. I don't need that. Okay.
Did you rifle through the trash?
Yeah, well, like, there's a machine thing, but I shouldn't have taken it because it's for Jeff, but whatever. Oh, I need to give this guy food.
Oh, but our cookie. Do we have to give him a burger?
It's fine.
Oh, you have another cookie.
I think I do. I should. I do, yes. I have 2 teddy bears.
I also like how they gave this kid the alfalfa spike. From,
yeah. Little Rascals.
Yeah, Little Rascals.
By the way, can I have $200? Sure.
By the by, this is how inventing goes, though.
Oh, it's true.
Donors. You don't mind lending me a
my Kickstarter, please. Kickstarter campaign. I'm so excited for Oddity. So, Mother 4, a fan game that's been in development for like 10 years, it got rebranded basically because they don't want Nintendo to take it down. And it's looking like it's making really good progress, so I'm excited. I'm not gonna pay Orange Kid because I don't care and I want my money, so sorry, Orange Kid.
Yeah, I do remember that about this game, is that you give the money to the person you wouldn't think would actually do a good job with it.
Yeah. And that's just like this game's sense of humor coming through again. I'm like making mistakes with my speaking. Oh, also this guy, New Age retro hippie.
So, Michael just posted all the names of all the characters, and there are a lot of names.
Well, that's not even all of them, I don't think.
Why is only
there's
Maxwell's
also
name the non-W name? Does that tie into the story at all?
I think so.
That's kind of cool, because if you flip the M, his name is actually Waxmel.
Yeah. Maxwell. Waxmel.
You have Waxmel.
Yes. Yes, I know that.
Yes, I know that. Yeah. Chaos Theater.
It's very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chaos. Oh, I forgot about this guy. The photo man stops.
The photo man.
Just falls from the sky.
Casual things.
So I actually have. There's a really cool theory surrounding, like, how this guy works, because he's sort of like, obviously he's sort of like there as like a meta, like, here, I'm gonna take photos.
On the wall.
Yeah, and so like they appear in the credits and everything. But there's a theory that Ness in the future actually tells the photo man to go back in time and record his adventure with his friends, which it's a fun little thing like that. Yeah, Maxwell's kind of like the villain.
Of course he is. Doggone it. I can't catch up.
He's a cool character though.
Freaking red. I can't escape it. When I watch Star Wars as a kid, I get so mad.
All right, I'm gonna take
Tron or anything like that.
I'm gonna take a quick break. You can keep talking if you want, because I think your voice will still go
I'll
through.
engage with the chat, yeah.
Sure. So I will be right back.
Insert cricket sound effect now. Big oof. Yeah, I know literally nothing about that game besides the fact that it seemed, at just looking at what little gameplay I saw, it looked like a stressful game to play. But I mean, I was probably, like I said, I haven't played it. I really don't think I've even seen recent gameplay footage of it. It just seemed like, I feel like a couple years ago there was just this slew of pointless survival games.
Fast Break is Fast Break. Survival games.
I was saying how, like, art gallery came in for my Animal Crossing. Congratulations!
Ooh.
I was just talking about how, like, I feel like a couple years back there was like an influx of like pointless survival games where like it was fort building, like crappy graphics, fort building.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like massive multiplayer games where you just troll the heck out of people, and like it just seemed pointless. It's like, what's the end game of this? To just survive for a long portion of time? Like I don't understand. And he says you don't know the half of it. What about it being a stressful game? Is it really stressful to play, or? Because it seemed like a very stressful, like just the look of the game is very dire and very bleak and very severe, and everything about the game just seemed really.
Wait, which game? I'm really curious.
Don't.
Oh, Don't Starve. Okay, we're still talking about that. It does a very good job of making you always feel in danger, or that like resources are limited, because they are. It's very interesting.
And hashtag FNAF.
I mean, in a different way, but
art.
What? You cut out a little bit. Hello?
Oh.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. I think it might be on my end. Hold
yeah,
on.
I was gonna say you're cutting out a little bit, but yeah.
People might be streaming something downstairs. Probably.
You know, Don't Starve it's a stressful game, especially because like some things can happen, and you just like have to know, like it's a learning game because you have to learn how things work, because something you might just approach something, and if you aren't careful, it'll just kill you, because that's what happens. And unless you find a revival stone, which is like a limited thing, you just don't have a second chance.
Sheesh, that's some serious
because
stuff.
If you're dead, you're dead.
Doggone it, I'm dead. I'm dead.
With like very few exceptions. It's interesting.
And you know, a game like that, the whole Don't Starve Together, like the multiplayer option, that seems more interesting to me, is because you have people to count on, and like there's a group dynamic.
Yeah. And
who died?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure who you're referring to.
He died.
Unless you're talking about like a certain character, then yes. Ooh, don't make me sick. I mean, I do have a cold remedy, to be fair.
A little UFO.
Yeah. Little UFO.
Yeah, and then Mobile Sprout. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. Finally.
Yeah,
we're finally starting to see extraterrestrial enemies.
Besides that original Starman.
Yeah, he's
this guy kind of reminds me of the like the top characters from Super Mario Galaxy.
They do sort of look like those. Oh, those I'm trying to think. Cuz you've got like the tops, you've got like the cleaning robots.
Yes.
And then the Gearmos, I think those are called. And then you've got like those little wood dudes. I love those dudes so much. Those cute little carved wood creatures.
Oh, yeah. From the second game.
Yeah, those are in two. Very good. Very cute. They're called
I liked
riddles,
how much
I
they
think.
branched out in the second one because I wanted to play the second one. I played the whole thing right after Christmas, but I was afraid that it was going to be
gameplay
a
is
whole
definitely
retread.
it's definitely a lot better. I think the game, like the level design's a lot better in 2.
Yeah.
It's very fun, and plus you got like Yoshi and
Yeah, they added a bunch of stuff, and it does the game justice because the first game's fun, but it does get a little bit repetitive at times.
Mm-hmm.
But they added just so much stuff that it just got way better.
Yeah, except for like the green stars, they're kind of like it's just padding. It seems so many extra things because you got like 3 extra green stars per level.
Yeah.
I'm like,
There's
geez,
a lot of retreading to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those people that, like, I wouldn't want to move on from a place until I had got all the stars I could possibly get at a place.
Yeah.
You know, you just get so bored of playing something over and over and over again. It doesn't feel fresh anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, whenever they break up the cycles, I appreciate it. It's more fun to play that way. It feels like genuine discovery. And it sort of ties into the whole mood of it being like an adventure space game and all that.
Yeah.
The text far away kind of looks like the text in Minecraft.
In what?
On the signs.
Oh, yeah.
EarthBound from far away.
It does sort
has
of.
Those shapes.
Yeah. All right, rambling evil mushroom.
I'm a rambling evil mushroom man.
I mean, these guys really aren't too bad, but they're infamous for their mushroom capabilities. Mushroomization. If that makes sense.
I mean, it checks out. Checks out. You know.
There's so many of them. Why are there so many?
They're all connected by a fungal network, and they're all talking to each other.
It's cordyceps. Cordyceps drew near.
Oh, dude, which mushroom is
actually?
It that
I don't think it's
ants.
That's what cordyceps is. I don't think I'm talking about the right one.
So you're thinking of spores?
Something like that. But yeah, no, cordyceps is the one that like controls ants creepily.
That still to this day.
And it's also something you can eat.
Craziest things.
It's something people eat sometimes, I think. I don't know why.
The mushrooms take control of the people.
I am not a fan of mushrooms at all. Not the slightest bit.
I think it's something about the texture. Like, I don't mind if they're in, like, pizza or, like, a soup.
I don't... Like, texture never gets me. It's always taste. I don't like it.
I really never had, like, any problem with the taste, because it doesn't taste like much to me.
That's
It
interesting.
doesn't add much.
And also the
as
smell.
far as flavor.
There's a lot of smell I don't like about it.
Maybe the smell I could see, but, like, taste...
For some reason, my dad likes cooking, like, the worst smelling things. And maybe that's why. Like... it's just bad. Like, ugh.
The worst smelling things.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye, teddy bear. Number 2. Hey, level 14. Not bad. Ooh,
hey,
good level.
14.
Got
level
paralysis.
14 in one episode so far is pretty dang impressive. So,
I mean, it's not like we've only been going
run,
for an hour and 40
considering
minutes.
this has been like a laid back, fun playthrough, just sort of chill.
Yeah.
The fact that you're level 14, I doff my cap to you virtually.
Oh, he's in Berglund Park right now. Right. Man, this game's soundtrack is so good, peaceful. A lot of the songs are actually reused from the first game. Or remixed, I should say, not reused. I think I'm going to the right place.
I like the idea instead of having like one shop, where like one lone shopkeeper
where you buy
just
everything.
has like the most random assortment of junk.
Mm-hmm.
The whole concept of putting an open air market into your RPG is like a really neat idea.
Yeah. He is in Berglund Park. I need to find a phone. I actually need to get the Escargo Express number so that I can get some I can like transfer items a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
I love how there's just a character named Everdread, and he's not like a huge hulking like evil villain from space. He's just like a dude, a weird guy in a shirt.
Yeah.
I forgot
this
that
this is only
who's,
the
like...
beginning.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
I like his face. His face is really funny.
He's chubby. Hey, we got the pencil eraser, which only erases metal pencils. Or pencils in general, actually. So don't use it next to a pencil store.
Do you know if and when Toby Fox is going to be releasing the second chapter of...
Oh, I don't think we have any idea. It's like, even he said, it's like, it'll be out when it's out.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe
I'm just
never.
curious because, like, the whole pencil thing reminded me of, like, that entire motif.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I love that motif.
It's very cool.
Of, like, the random assortment of games and books and...
Yeah.
Like, that's such a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's taking, like, fantasy to its most basic roots. Like, it's nothing... Yeah. It's not high fantasy. It's not crazy. It's what kids do, which is imagine normal, everyday things as more fantastical and full of adventure.
Escapism.
Yeah, and so I thought that whole angle was just really neat. Like, for a game to have that so heavily involved in the plot, even, I thought that was cool. How, like, the inkwell, how the tower looks like an ink pen, like a fountain pen. Like, everything about it is just so cool.
It is definitely a good one.
And of course, Rules card is the best. The best puzzle around.
Heathens.
Heathens.
And then he becomes the shopkeeper, and he's like in that like sexy pose, and he's just
like leaning confidently on the counter, winking and like giving you the finger guns. Oh, look, Mario.
Yes, I did not mean to call him. Goodbye.
Farewell.
I'll call him.
I'll just leave then.
Give me $50, please. You just talk to this guy, and he's like, "Here, buy yourself a juice. Get out of here. Free hotel stay." Yeah, give me $50. That's more than a hamburger.
It's pretty good.
All right, I should.
That's a whole hamburger and then some.
There is actually something you can do to avoid having the sound stone with you. If you basically grind on like the crows to get cookies,
the sunstone.
The sunstone, yes.
The sunstone.
Your inventory's full, and so they're like, "Oh, we'll just send it to the thing you don't know about yet," and it's just not there. Let's see, pencil eraser. Okay, I'll get rid of the thing. I'd probably want to get another teddy bear just to be safe in the valley. Ha, wench. Yes.
I was just gonna say that teddy bear lasted a good long while. Like, it took a lot of hits.
Well, I had 2 of them actually.
Oh, that would be why.
They're somewhat fragile, but they're useful.
How much HP can they sponge?
Maybe 500. I'm not sure. I can't.
500 ain't bad.
Yeah, not at all. What's funny?
I mean, unless you're in like a really enemy-heavy area.
Yeah.
Escargot Express.
So if you
Snail Express.
Yes, it's
nice
great.
And fast.
If you get sometimes they can like spawn in weird places, and so I actually had them appear inside once where they actually couldn't spawn, and so I got like really weird dialogue where they're like, something isn't right, this isn't good, and then they're just like, we'll come back later, all right?
Really?
It was so funny, and I can't actually replicate it. I think they tried to like stop by in the police station. Huh. So if you guys want to try it, that's something that'll happen. Maybe. It was weird, but it was hilarious. Broken machine, take it, get out of my face. I don't need you anymore. Thank you. Bye. I'm so rude
D&D
to these people.
Item. That is literally something I gave one of my players.
A broken machine.
Yeah. Some
Nice.
sort of like dwarven equipment that's like a piece of something bigger.
Nice. You collect all 5 broken
that would be
machine
such a
mods.
cool. I wonder. I'll bet you someone has made some sort of an EarthBound, like D&D playset.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Where like your character has to be a human. Like there's no races, but like your occupation.
Yeah.
Or like your background would decide what you can do. Because I mean, it
makes sense.
This game has like magic and aliens in it, so it's like you can do a lot with that.
There's psychic powers.
Okay. All right.
It's not magic.
Manipulating the material world using nothing but your will and your mind is kind of magic.
I guess.
It would all depend upon your definitions, but altering
True.
the world around you using nothing but your mind, that's pretty magical.
It's called science right there.
Just think really hard.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did. That's how I ward off Toby every night.
Yes, you
I just think about him like not being present, and then I fall asleep eventually. and I'm up long enough that he won't follow me.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Toby time is
midnight.
It's Toby time. Because it's midnight until 12:46. Is how it works.
And so this is the pre-2000s when there's a profiting department store.
Yes, exactly.
They're literally bleeding us dry here. What can we do? Like I said, it was the apocalypse. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
The whole monetary system was screwed up. Hamburgers were $20. Everything was askew.
Avery was burping.
Is that like a status update in the game?
You burped a lot.
you burp.
But now 12 until midnight until 12:46 Toby time.
Yes.
It's no one is safe.
12:46.
The hour of cryptids.
Indeed. Mobile Sprout. That still just makes me laugh how they named it.
It's pretty great. I mean,
Like,
it just leaves with
they're
legs.
like, nah, we need to clarify.
Well, they have to
boys
say. I
walking
mean,
around. Yeah, it's got legs.
How would you get it confused for a normal one if it didn't have that?
Yeah, you just think that Ness was crazy attacking plants like Link.
Yeah, I mean, I saw an animation once, and it was like Ness defeated an enemy. It was a runaway dog, and it's like animal abuse points up by 1. RPGs are basically disguised violence machines, as any video game is, and they
disguised violence machines.
Exactly.
That's
Video games are pure evil, and they're making our kids
a reason why violence
corrupt.
Exists.
Yeah, they're the devil, and we shouldn't be playing them, which is why I'm playing them. I'm gonna summon the devil, and I'm gonna summon the video game devil, and I'm gonna tell him to stop.
That whole argument makes me so mad, and just like makes
well,
me
it's such a '90s argument, and it shouldn't be made anymore because there's no evidence to prove that they make kids more violent.
Well, not only that, but I also just like it's not even worth giving my time to thinking about how stupid it is. So like I don't rant or rant.
Well, exactly, but
it doesn't make me angry. It just like is like
it's just dumb.
It's just a thing that exists that I'm like, why do you? It's like glitter. It's a thing that exists, but I don't know why it exists.
You don't need it.
If I could go back in time and undo one invention from being made, I have to be specific here.
It would be
glitter because it is literally just shiny dust that doesn't deteriorate. There's no point.
It's terrible for the environment.
My sisters have a hand sanitizer that has glitter.
That stuff is the worst. I hate that stuff.
So you clean your hands and then you look down and your hands look like they're covered in crap because you just washed your hands with glitter. I hate it so much. I don't know who invented it, but it's like, oh gosh, just put him in a padded cell. I don't want to see him ever.
Yes. Padded
Cold
cell.
remedy.
Yep. Cold is like poison. Slowly drains your HP, but not by much. But it does so on the overworld, so you gotta be careful. And I don't have the ability to heal it right now, I don't think. Because I only have healing alpha. No, I don't think evidence or logical thinking matters to people.
That's why all those people tried to sprint into Area 51.
Well, are you telling me that was foolish?
Only the two people who did it.
I had a T-shirt.
Only the two people who did it before anyone else showed up to back them up.
That's true.
Those two people deserve to be caught.
Yes.
When
I love it. I have a shirt. I have a shirt that's like Area 51, like 5K, like advertising like an actual event. And I love it so much. It's amazing.
That's a really cool shirt.
It's very on brand for the show.
I'm glad that didn't go worse than it could have gone.
Well, it definitely could have gone worse.
It could have gone much worse.
Had they gone any further.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got the croissant.
And if nothing else, people will have a fun story to tell.
Un croissant.
That they went to the so-called raid.
Food the fa-fa.
It's the raid, quote unquote, where nothing was accomplished.
I'm singing a very obscure. Well, not really
obscure. You mentioned it in the Luigi's Mansion playthrough.
The French song.
Flight of the Conchords. Yep.
Oh, you're right. I did. Okay. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you remember. Yeah, I love that.
Like I said,
so
I just watched them through.
True. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't remember. I didn't remember.
And I cannot. I am loath to forget. It's a very
Did I even show you that video?
No.
I must have.
Told me about it.
I need to put it. I'm gonna put that.
Post it in,
I am definitely going. Remind me later.
It in the videos.
Remind me later, and I'll post it because it's a gem. Like they're not even French. I don't think.
Flight of the Conchords. I'm pretty sure they're British.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, it's just hilarious.
They have a song about a racist dragon. It's really funny.
Awesome.
At the end of the song, he's no longer a racist dragon anymore.
What about the entire? So like, there's like the Kent State dragon and everything.
Right. Yes, of course.
Now, since everyone is gone from campus, this might be the time to save him. Ooh. Like this is our time to strike and rescue him.
That sounds like a rollicking good time that like an action-packed 80s kids adventure movie would be.
Of course.
That for some reason has like one inappropriate scene and like is full of profanity, but it's still considered like a kids movie from the 80s.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like Goonies.
I see. Oh, I love the Goonies though. That's good.
That movie.
I've seen it once.
Freaked me the heck out.
Really?
Like my dad let us watch it at like my 9th or 10th birthday party. And
my dad,
Sloth scared the ever-loving heck out of us.
My dad let me watch Terminator and I think the original Halloween with him when I was like 5, and I should not have done that. Scarred for life. Probably.
Prepare to be terminated.
Yeah. And it's not, and like watching that stuff now, it's like, whatever. But like,
I've never watched any of those. I have never had any interest in watching those because I know that there's
Halloween is a classic,
and it makes me angry.
Let's see.
It makes me angry that they're still like making Terminator movies, so I don't want to watch them because.
Well,
like,
I mean
there's one video that I'll try and link this video into the chat, but it's these guys trying to break down the Terminator timeline. Is so.
Oh, I bet
it makes the Legend of Zelda timeline look like a straight line.
Oh, I love that video so much.
It seriously makes the Legend of Zelda timeline look like a straight line compared to the Terminator timeline.
That's amazing.
It is so screwy. I don't understand like how badly they could have. Like, obviously, it comes with sequels and not being able. Oh my gosh.
That's funny. Oh, I died.
Majors filtered into an RPG.
there I go for reading the chat. Let's see. Wait.
Like there was a rich trust fund kid who was an archer because he didn't want to get into the actual fights. All the classes are just like tropes. The jock would probably be like the heavy melee fighter.
The warrior, berserker.
Yeah. Liberal arts bard character who's super emo and always wear headphones.
I love that so much. That's amazing.
Who writes angsty poetry.
You gotta have your angsty. You gotta have your edgy person in your crew.
About politics.
Like the way you build when you build your RPG party, you gotta have like at least 8 people, because you fight with 4 at a time. You have 8 people. You got like your big muscly like not smart dude. You got your hero who's just bland as hell, and then has like really spiky hair and a headband.
Who would you be? Who would I be? And who would Michael be if we were RPG?
Well,
and I don't care if it's somewhat insulting. I do not care.
No. I'm just trying to think. Like I would be.
Would you be the ranged attacker?
No. So I would be the thief character. So like fast and speedy, can dodge a bunch of stuff and hit a lot.
Yeah.
But is a little more frail than the warrior. Michael would be our healer.
Okay.
You.
Tread carefully. I'm joking. I don't care what you say.
I mean, I could see you as either, like the warrior, or like a magical user.
I'll take that.
Although you prefer like warrior class, right? Because like when we were kids, like Jared would always be the mage.
Yeah, he loved the mage stuff. I
Always
suppose I
plays
probably
mage.
would. Frat boy, chemical engineering, alchemist, who'd mix potions that are majorly alcohol. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Dude, come over to my place. I'm gonna mix you some drinks.
But no, you could be like the companion character who's like sort of a guy but also like talks like nonstop, and everyone's just like, okay, like we get it. And then I'm like the silent person who's just like in the back, like when everyone's at they're all at the pub, and I'm just like, you guys need to stop, like shut up.
Yeah, you'd be like the Aragorn, like in the back of the
and
room.
then Michael's just there like, all right, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited for this adventure. Like this is gonna be great. We're gonna have picnics. It's great.
Dude,
yeah, Mercy Mains represent.
Mercy Mains. In like Skyrim, I go like half magic, half attack, which irritates
so
me
you could be a spell sword.
What irritates me in that game is that that's not a ready class. Like you can't.
It's true. It's
no
hard to build. It's hard to build around that.
You can't like do hotkeys for. It's like such a pain to like pull out magic stuff and pull out melee stuff if you constantly have to switch back and forth between stuff. It's so inconvenient.
Yeah.
Because like that's not a class, but like that's how I play. It's like with club in one hand and probably fire magic in the other.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do. So my last playthrough of Skyrim, I got
these people are stealing my PP. It's the worst.
I got the mace of the. Oh gosh, I can't remember what the deity's name is.
Oh, it's the I know what you're talking about. It's like when you take it and there's like the curse in the house.
If you kill a creature with it when it's charged up, it fills a soul gem. Like if that gives if you kill it in a certain amount of time, it fills a soul gem.
Yep.
And I can't remember the name of the deity, but I got into that quest on accident because I had never played the game before. I was like, oh crap, I did not want this mace. But
That's
I can't
amazing.
leave this quest half done, so guess I'm here. Guess I have to finish it. And I mean, it's a legit good mace. There's a nursing major who was the healer who used needles.
Nice. Well, it's interesting because like breaking down like the classes in this game, like which is like very light term, I guess, for this.
Yeah.
You have Ness, who's like your main physical tank, and also your healer. Also has defensive capabilities. You have your female character, who's like your mage and not your healer, because most RPGs of this area had the blonde female who was the healer. And she's just a force of death, basically.
She's basically just death incarnate.
You have Jeff, who's like hard to explain, but he uses like he deals damage with tools, different weapons and stuff. He's got a lot of
the engineer class.
Stuff. Except a little more limited compared to others.
But they use like gadgets.
Like later on he gets some really cool stuff.
Internet was out. What I missed. Dr. Tabby's back.
We're talking about our RPG classes.
Yeah, what RPG?
And then you
RPG
also
class would you be?
Finishing up my thought, you have Pooh, not Pool.
Right.
Who's basically all around. He can fill whatever role you want. He's also one of the only people who learned Starstorm in the game, which is actually not that great of an attack, but it exists. I need to be careful with those sprouts because they're just going to steal all my power points if I'm not looking. It's the worst. It's like, oh yay, 3 plants who are stealing my psychic energy.
You think the dandelions in your yard are bad? How about these suckers that walk around and punch you?
They duplicate if you just leave them there. Like, it's the worst. But no, like, moving on to, like, we could expand our group because we need a party of 8 after all. Ben is the warrior. Ben is definitely the warrior.
Ben would be, probably. He would rush in.
Yeah, you could be spell sword. Abby would be... She could be a mage, but I also could see her being like a real cutthroat, like physical tank, or not tank, but like
a tank. You know what? Actually, I would probably be the tank.
You could be, yeah.
That's what I play in a lot of games, actually, because
I also enjoy tanking roles.
I don't mind not being the more flashy characters who get to do all the colorful damage. I
Yeah.
am perfectly fine being the character that's well armored and just protects people and lets them get hits off.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably be tank. So she could be a spell sword.
Yeah, the other Ben, the one that was in the stream the other day, he could be the bard. Or no, Cyrus could be the bard. Cyrus is definitely a bard.
With his music?
Yes.
Totally,
and his mildly insensitive jokes.
That does get the parties in trouble a lot.
PK Star. Yep. Michael's he gets me. He gets me.
And then of course, like the weird otherworldly team, other characters that would be in this RPG.
Well, so you have a character who's like non-human, like a cat or something, who in Persona is a little shit, and I hate him. We're not talking about him. We're moving on. But let's see. What animals are in my life right now? My sister's cat, Bear. He's great.
Course, yeah.
Bear Leos.
Dr. Tabby.
Who's
Dr. Tabby.
Oh yeah, Dr. Tabby. Okay. Dr. Tabby, who would you be?
Yeah, Dr. Tabby.
Wait, let's see. Let's see.
What class would you be if you were a class?
PK Beam is weird. PK Beam. So like, I can explain this a little bit. So
please do.
In this game and in Mother 3, you have a few different PK powers. So you got fire, and this is like offensively speaking, of course. You've got fire, ice, and thunder. And then in the first game, you have fire, you have thunder, you have ice, freeze, and you have beam. And beam is weird. Like all the PSI is super crazy and like a little disorganized in how they work in Mother, because so like I can explain it. So you have the PK Beam Alpha does like all the beam attacks do fixed damage. So you have Beam Alpha, which does a set amount, and then Beta also does a set amount, but Gamma is an insta-kill to certain enemies. So it's very useful. I don't like Morgana. I'm sorry, Michael. I just don't, and he's terrible. Like he's not the worst, but he's not great. But no, so
Dr. Tabby, you definitely be a Khajiit. That would be your race.
Yes, the Khajiit.
You can be the science officer. There's like science characters who like throw potions.
It's true, yeah.
That kind of fits into what, yeah.
But anyway,
Michael
so
was talking about earlier, like the potion mixer.
Yeah, alchemist. But anyway, so like you have PK Beam Gamma, which is an insta kill. It doesn't work on all enemies, but it's pretty reliable. And then you have Omega, which I think is like similar to Beta, but it does damage to all attacks or to all enemies. So it's like more widespread. And they're all very strange. But also the Franklin badge reflects PK Beam Gamma only, and not Thunder, as instead of this game, or as compared to this game, which reflects all lightning attacks.
You get the Franklin badge, and there's just like a kindly looking turtle on it.
Yeah, Michael says I'd 100% be the healer because I can choose who lives or dies.
Yeah, if Cyrus mouths off and like gets himself nearly killed in a bar, you can be like, "Nah, dog, I ain't saving you."
You sit this one out, all right? We're gonna replace you. We're gonna
leave you in town, and what happens happens. So
oh, I'm getting my first call to stop playing. You've been out for some time now. Don't you think it's a good idea to take a break? No. And
I love those condescending messages in games.
And he's like,
those so much.
Because then your father's like, well, I guess the world is at stake, so.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I love promptly ignoring those messages I get in games.
Mm-hmm. But like RPG team, it's crazy because in Final Fantasy VI you fight with I think 4 or 5 characters at once. And you have like your maximum, like there are like 12 party members. It's crazy. That's funny. The wonderful sound of the E key. I don't have any cold remedies, but I can heal it, so that's good. Ooh, level up. Well timed, thank you.
What level are you at now? 16.
16?
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Let's heal. We got a lot of PP from that, actually. That's good.
Woohoo.
I've been watching so many of those morning drawfies.
They're
so good. They're amazing. Oh, yeah, TF2. I was thinking about that earlier. I remember when TF2 was good. It is... Ugh, yikes. I feel so bad for that game. It was a good time, and now it's like...
I know virtually nothing about it.
It was really...
That existed
it was really
for a long
fun.
Time.
It was really good. I used to play a lot with, like, Micah and Jacob and... Oh, back attack. That's not good. Alright. They're using their shields. I'm gonna try running away.
I need healing. Shut up, Genji! Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a similar thing in Persona 3. So it's weird because in Persona 3 you only control your protagonist and the other characters are on AI. So it can be very annoying at times. And so basically there's this one character, Mitsuru, and she has some healing skills, but she also has basically charm. It's called Marin Karen, and it basically like can make enemies fight for your team. And so like she likes to spam Marin Karen a lot, yeah, especially. And so it's like there are all these jokes. It's like, I need healing, Mitsuru, heal me, and she's like, Marin Karen, I must charm them.
Dude, like Overwatch, like
please let me
lots
run
of my
away.
friends growing up would get very hyped up and excited about the release of a new game.
What
like most
hell?
of the time it was a console game that they'd be excited about, like the 47th Modern Warfare game or something like that, or Halo 45 or something like that. But regardless, they'd get very excited about it, but like not crazy.
Yeah.
My friend Thomas, I have never seen someone more hyped and excited for a game than he was about Overwatch, which is super weird to me because like with those other games they have a following of previous games.
Yeah.
So the fact that Overwatch was so hyped is odd to me because it's like, what were they going off of? Why were they so excited? Like it looks like a cool concept, but like
Yeah.
what were people expecting to get? Like how much of the game was released? Like I'm sure there was demos, but like it's so weird. Like that game probably was like one of the most hyped games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At least in my circle, like the people that I knew were really excited about it.
Yeah, charm was changed to brainwash in Persona 5.
I mean, that's basically what it is, yeah.
And it is a dangerous status, all right. Although it's not as honestly like it can be annoying, but it's
Trust me, I'm a DM with a bard.
Well, I'm
I
saying
know that charming things is dangerous.
I'm comparing this to something else in 5. So there's also confusion, which because there are a lot of different statuses in Persona games. Basically, confusion is like you can't use your turn for the most part, but then you'll also like use random items or money. And so your characters will just randomly start throwing out like 500,000 yen. Like I don't know exactly how much it is, but it can be a lot, which is very annoying because money's important. And there's also let me see. There's also like the fact that they can use your very nice items, and there aren't many good items. Like a lot of the good items that heal like a lot of people at once can only be used outside of battle because it's like difficulty. And so they'll start like throwing things away, and it's like, don't! I need that! Yeah, Mr. Tabby, I don't need any tips on this game. I'm just not paying attention. the running from enemy formula is actually very weird in this game. I don't.
It was done that way on purpose.
It is a little bit. It's mostly to be used like if you're at the advantage. And so, like, if you're...
Thank you for engaging, though, and...
Yeah, no, for sure. And, like, I just don't use status effects very often, except for certain bosses that are weak to them. Because it's, like, I'd rather use my... Especially right now, I'd rather use my PowerPoints also. Oh, you're a miss. Okay, sorry about that. It's hard to tell from the name alone. But that's great. But yes, yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations on being
Congratulations.
congrats on being female. You're great.
Congrats. Congratulations, you've done it.
Con-
Have you
con-
seen
con-
those messed up
congrat-
cakes?
Congratulations, you
those?
success.
Have you seen those pictures of people like with the bad cake art
I
for
think
like birthdays
so.
and like
Yeah.
graduations, like misspells and things?
Yeah, those
like,
are
there's
amazing.
been cakes that say like "Congration, you done it." Like it makes me laugh every time.
I would be so happy. Like if I got one.
I would want one of those.
Exactly,
Cakes.
I would want one of those cakes.
I would totally take one of those
So
cakes.
those of you in the chat, you can buy me a cake. If you want.
Is that through like some sort of a special Twitch donation thing?
I don't know. I'm sure Twitch will eventually be updated to handle cake delivery, but for now we will
Cake
have to.
deliveries?
For now we will have to wait because we are
Why do you
currently
think
under
they're-
epidemic.
Yes, that's what the Amazon drones are for. Is just going to be delivering.
I was
Twitch
looking at like the stats for the world and everything and all the planets, and like the world is currently under epidemic status, which can't be healed with many items. Let's see. Yeah, the stream is probably a little delayed.
Yeah.
And that's just natural.
Yeah, I have a delay too on this.
Don't worry, Dr. Tabby. You do not need to buy me cake. Although, I think everyone would be a lot happier if they could have cake. Let them eat cake, as somebody once said.
Yes.
to very poor effect.
Yeah, that doesn't really work for governing a people, I suppose. Telling poor people.
No.
No.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten into any fights with those trees, territorial oaks. Those things are annoying.
Just Ness holding up both of his fists. Put up your dukes!
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, listen.
I'm going Minecraft on this.
Man. All right, let's see. I have a croissant that I could use, but I'm not going to use the croissant. Oh, we are engaging the tree. Now this guy's just a pain. I don't want to. Oh no.
I forgot about the Bob Ross Happy Tree guy.
Yeah, and he has brain
He's
shock.
got the Bob Ross afro.
He does. I'm gonna.
He also has like one of the best faces of any of the sprites in this game.
Yes, he does. And he explodes if you kill him, so don't do it.
Tree explodes.
Yes, if there's okay. So a rule of thumb in the EarthBound series: if there's a spherical enemy that's like an orb, if it's a tree, or if it is a pile of dust, it'll explode.
Territorial oaks have the most horrifying face ever. It has like a feels bad.
It's like, hey, I'm here to kill you. Hi.
Like they're dying internally. Like there's just
it's like he's like, hey, please, what the heck? How did I get a? Okay, I'm not complaining.
It's just like war footage playing over top their faces.
Oh yeah, no, like these trees have PTSD from the war.
Oh, for sure. Ever since the aliens started attacking. Maybe it's that because it's like their first day alive.
He's like, I'm not alive, or like, why am I alive?
Why am I?
Why am I sentient? Why am I sentient?
I eat light. Why am I alive?
Photosynthesis. No. I am. Like I'm appearing so rusty, and I swear I'm not. But I'm just like...
Get out the old oil can.
Talking and... I don't operate on oil, thank you very much.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm in the stream, so the bad luck is gonna happen.
It's true.
You need an equalizer to balance things out.
The forces of good and evil. Or not even good and evil. Order and chaos.
Order and chaos, yeah. That's more to the point.
Yeah, the oaks are encountering shell shock right now.
Territorial oaks are experiencing a huge amount of shell. Yeah,
I was thinking earlier about like, cause like I ran today, in the rain and like normally with like adverse conditions I start getting like you get like that adrenaline and you're like I can take on anything now, yep. And it's so much fun. And I was thinking like, whenever I'm like before races, cause I run and I'm in races a lot, something that I can never get over, no matter what race it is. I mean, if it's like a casual race, it's like whatever. But like, if it's something I'm like taking seriously, I can never get over the nervous feeling that I get before a race, like that tension at the starting line. Yeah. It's so like it's always there, and it's like one of the few things that actually like gives me anxiety, if only for like a brief moment, obviously. But like it's like, oh, it's effective.
I have to wonder, like, I'd imagine, and this is not sarcastic at all. I mean, you'd have to do something so many times and so well in order for it not to be nerve-wracking before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
And like especially like yes.
even if you're really good at something, I'm
This is-
still nervous to do it, you know?
Mhm. This is from Michael. He says Avery operates on gay oil. You are correct. Trademark. It's kind of like it's a pain to order, but it's a necessity, you know.
Dude, this background is tripping me out.
It is. Yes. I'm just
Yes.
like well, it's funny because I'm just like accepted EarthBound, like what it is, and like I'm used to all the crazy crap that happens. And then
I think it looks really
somebody
cool,
sees it for
but-
the first time and they're just like, what?
My eyes. You get that look like the trees.
Yeah. All right, we're almost through this place. This is one of those somewhat tough areas for sure.
I seem to remember some of this area from.
It's
your
just
playthrough.
like it's lengthy. The enemies
It just
can
seems
be
tedious.
trolly. Yeah. Because you get colds, and then the sprouts take away your power points, and
So did they just not make sprites for the guys in the front, and they're just diamonds or?
yeah, I mean
shapes?
it would be hard to make assets for every single character.
I suppose so. Or if it's like some sort of a weird liquid metal alien thing.
Yeah,
where it,
and
like,
so
transforms.
you'll see the diamonds for a few of the technological enemies. UFOs are always UFOs.
Because they're simple enough.
Yeah,
legit.
it's like sort of like enemy types, so you'll know what you're getting into for the most part. And a lot of most enemies
Gotcha.
actually do have sprites, so it's nice. And I got a magic butterfly. It's a good thing this is here. Even though I would have
Ness
rather
with his magic.
would have been nice
Ness
to
with
have
his
it
magic
earlier.
butterflies. Link with his
Fairies.
Earthbound, but every enemy has the territorial oak face. I'd get that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
for sure.
DLC coming
Well,
out,
so there's actually a randomizer for this
including
game.
Ness's face.
Yes.
The entire game, you just get to stare at the husk. You just get to stare into the abyss.
There is a randomizer for this game, and I have one generated, but I want to like play a little bit of it first, and then like maybe generate a new one before I actually do it on stream.
That seems very complicated.
It sounds well. I think it mostly shuffles the rooms and like what items you get. So, and maybe like the enemy sprites. Like they obviously can't make it so you fight enemies as they normally are, because then you would just never win.
Right.
But that's something that I would enjoy, and I know enough about this game to actually like be able to get through it successfully.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely one advantage you have for this game over top some of the more obscure, ridiculously hidden stuff with the other randomizer.
Oh, you know the person who made the randomizer.
Yes, yes.
Interesting. Is this? Okay, I'm curious which Chaz this is, because I know a Chaz who knows Stephen George, who is a YouTuber and one of those people who is like known for his love of EarthBound. So if that is the Chaz I'm thinking about, then I know who that person is.
Is the Chaz?
Yes.
Is it the Chaz?
Yes.
Couple life noodles.
That's actually a very good item. Oh yeah, another thing that makes Mother so hard is there are no revival items. So you have to have a spell to revive your party members, and if you like it's possible you can actually play through the whole game and not get it, which is bad. I mean, sort of. It would be hard. Like it's kind of unlikely, but it's rough. It's a very difficult game, and I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite RPGs, especially of that era. But it is a game you need to know, because otherwise it's rough. Like some of the enemies are just like, oh, I'm gonna explode now, or they have like final strikes, and so
explode now.
So they have like their final attacks. So you'll defeat them, and they'll once they lose all their HP, they'll just
They get
like
one
super powerful attack, and it mostly has the power to kill anybody. And so there's like that, and what else?
She says, "Nope, just Chaz. I'm modded for
Okay.
Earthbound. Not trying to self-promote, just saying."
Very
I mean,
cool.
hey,
That's
it's the
interesting.
truth.
Um,
That's really cool.
I do not know about modding very much, but I I have experimented and played a few ROM hacks here or there.
Dude, I do not have the brain for that. Kudos to
I mean, I think I
anyone who
could
does
maybe,
that.
like, if... I mean, I know how to make stuff like this without coding, because I have software where I don't need to code, and I can do very light coding that I understand, but...
I think modding is
it's
cool in concept. I'm sure there are, like, problems with it, and, like, I'm sure that, like, not every modding situation is perfect, but, like, the whole concept, I feel like it would weed out a lot of half-hearted people who aren't passionate about it because of how much effort goes into it. So, like, the odds are if someone has modded something, they probably have a passion for whatever it is they're working on. Like, someone doesn't just up and mod something that they hate or don't care about, you know?
Yeah, they like to put coil snakes in very weird areas, and there's actually a reason for a certain strangely placed enemy later that I'll put, that I can talk about. And there's actually something else I wanted to bring up is this game's really strange anti-piracy measures. I'll talk about that later. But it's very the mole. You know what I'm talking about? It's the mole. No, not that mole. There's an enemy mole. And it's absolutely fascinating. And I actually don't know the whole story about it, but it's super cool.
I know the face of the mole. I'm pretty sure you had it as like one of the thumbnails in your playthrough, or you like drew attention to the mole.
Possibly.
Maybe.
What kind of stuff do you mod, or like what have you done, Dr. Tabby? I'm very curious.
She said modder for EarthBound.
Well, I mean, like more specific, what exactly? If you've done anything, I'm just curious, because that's very interesting. I'm so glad we're here because this is finally a safe place where I can like get my energy back and all that.
You're out of the woods, so to speak.
Yeah. I just should not go there.
There's the mask guy again. What the heck?
I mean, it's just a reused sprite, but yeah.
It all means something.
So, in case Michael, if you're still here, we are fighting the cultists now.
Oh, there is a cultist. There you go.
These guys in the Japanese version actually had HH on their hat and did not have that little puffball. So they looked a little more like KKK members, which is a reason for the localization there. An understandable localization. Here you can just take eggs and they'll eventually become chickens in like 5 minutes, and you can sell them for money, which is nice. So I'm going to actually do something fun here. Let's see. We trust you. Feel free to shop here. So I'm actually not going to buy... Oh, I don't have space. I want to keep the travel charm, even though it's not that useful. Basically, you can... Well, actually, can I fight this guy anyway? No. I need to buy something interesting. I will check back later. We can do that later once we have more inventory with us. What does this guy got? Sandlot bat. Thank you. Oh, but I need to sell things. Michael, we are at the cultists. So...
Yeah.
What you were excited to see. I've been meaning to play through this with him, so I'm glad we're actually sort of doing it. The bomb I'm gonna keep because that's useful.
I like the design of having like his tie, like on the outside of his like robe and hat, like mask thing. I think that's funny.
Yeah, it's just sort of there. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not gonna pay, and then we're gonna talk to this guy, and he's like, "You didn't pay, did you?" And so we're gonna fight him. We encounter the unassuming local guy. These enemy names are fantastic.
That guy's face, though. Mm-hmm. He looks confused, like he's pointing, like, "Wait, you bought something?"
He's like, and
then, boom, gone.
And I'm gonna eat the egg because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Phone. I'm gonna talk to I need to call Mom just to make sure I don't get homesick.
Another odd but cool mechanic.
Yes. It's true. You gotta love a good call, after all.
Especially who's like devoted to a color is funny.
Yeah, all they want is to paint everything blue.
Yeah.
And maybe serve this strange statue thing, but
well,
that's a secret.
It's all under the water.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. It's like, oh gosh, did you ever play a game called The Blob on Wii? Or did you ever
I
see any
I I
promos
know
for it?
what you're talking about.
I
Yes,
think it's a French game. I think.
it has to be. The French like blobs.
Dr. Tabby
Let's
says, well, the
see.
current mod I'm
Earthbound.
doing is a rather simple one. It's Earthbound with more side, like
Oh,
beam and ground. More references from more recent time, from the 2000s and 2010s.
that's actually really
What I
cool.
mean by that is just more recent references to freshen things up a bit.
That's so
Reading some
cool.
dialogue with more form. Right. Edited title screen, more sprites, overwriting unused sprites, and adding them to the game, and bug fixes. So like
That's
a
so
lot.
exciting. Actually, so like if you since you're in the Discord,
Kudos to you.
if you ever get like progress on something and you want to like share it in there, I'd love to try it out because that's like so cool.
We can do it on a stream.
Actually, having more PK and PSI attacks would be super cool. One idea that like someone actually brought this up is so in Mother, there's PSI quick, which raises your speed. But there was something that they had an idea of because there's this item called a skip sandwich in this game for Max, who you probably
Yep.
So
I remember that.
Okay, so it basically lets you run faster. And it would be really cool if there was like PK quick in this game that would let you run faster on the overworld and also raise speed because that'd be a fun buff to have.
Like an alternative to an item where it's like a magic.
Yeah, and so like you could have faster overworld speed if you used it. That'd be a fun thing to mod in. Yeah. But also PK ground. Oh boy, PK ground. That is an incredibly overpowered attack in Mother 3. It's like sort of obscure because you have to be at like relatively high level. You might get it by the end of the game, but you won't get to use it too much if you do. It's one of those attacks that hits multiple times and does percentage damage. So if you use it like twice, it'll just defeat a single boss if it can hit it because it's the only target. It's insane and very powerful. And another reason why Kumatora is best girl in that game, probably. But that's another tangent. Let's see. I need to make sure.
Tangent for another time.
Yes, I need to get my.
Yes.
Oh, I do. Okay. I thought my inventory was full.
I can't remember why she was locked up in here.
The cultists stole her, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. Stole her. That's odd phrasing. They kidnapped her.
Yeah.
Because she got psychic powers.
Oh, yeah. Happyism. I remember now. Seems like a cool idea.
Yeah, the crow does sort of look like it has glasses. I never really. I mean,
it seems like she says that seems like a cool idea. I forgot to mention that I have a run button script in my build.
Oh, okay.
As it's shared through the hacking community of EarthBound.
That's very cool. Yeah, the Earthbound's community is so like so full of love and like they put so much care and time into the projects that they make. It's such a cool community. It's amazing. If you ever are interested, starmen.net is like one of the biggest Earthbound fan sites. And it's so cool. They got like daily, like updated to the day, like always, there's always like a quote. They got like fan theories that they post. There are forums. It's like, and it feels like straight out of like the early 2000s. It's so cool.
Good for them. Cause some fandoms like, you just don't get that vibe.
Or they're like the Sonic fandom. Oh boy.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk
about that. She says, I'm a fellow member of Starman.
Okay, yeah. I have an account. I just don't, like, I'm not really on too often, but I'm always there, like, for checking info or just to check back on every once in a while because it's so freaking cool. Also, these guys are doing nothing. And they're just calling their friends. They're like, hey, we need help.
I also think it's cool. I just noticed that they're not robes. They're like painter suits.
Yeah, sort of. Like baggy, like those big
those
things.
Like painter unitards.
We're here to Cultist F already.
Oh, wow.
Gonna get all the way through the alphabet.
Can't wait to get to Cultist Z.
Yeah. I'm actually curious what happens when you get to past that. Maybe it just goes back to A. Who knows?
It starts doing numbers.
It just goes to Greek, like different alphabets.
Greek.
I did get a lot of experience for that though. Oh, I got Flash. Nice. Flash is really
level
good.
18. Oh,
yep.
Baby.
PK Flash is a very fun attack.
That stuns people, right?
It can. So it basically gives random status effects, and the higher level it is, the higher chance it has to instantly destroy enemies.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like, I was reading this earlier actually. The alpha can make enemies cry. It has the highest chance of that, or it can make them. Rarely, it'll make them brainwashed, confused, basically.
Huh.
And then I think later on it gets paralysis, and then instant death. So very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, Toby Fox is obviously EarthBound fan, as I'm
Yep.
sure many people know. My voice is starting to crack because I've been talking for a while. I'm eventually going to need to take another break to refill my water.
Dr. Tabby, I believe there can only be 6 enemies in battle at once, but I'm not
Yes.
sure how many high up the letters can go. I'm going to test that out with debugging.
That sounds very cool. If you ever get results, I'm very curious.
Let us know what your results are.
Yeah,
from the lab, Dr.
you only
Tabby.
get 2 rows of enemies, and up to 3 in each. So
Bring your test
roughly
results back to us so we can laugh over it.
I'm not sure. Boing, friends in Valley behind Threed. Ding ding.
Yes, I know. I remember this.
It's a foreshadowing there. Into the big house.
Actually, it's 3
Well, okay, so
shadowing, to be
there
precise.
might be able to be more than 6 enemies, but if it's like Antoids or something small, because I know you can get up to 4 in a row. I think.
I forgot how many of them there are in this building.
Yeah, and it's actually a very interesting trick they do here. Many of these aren't actual sprites. They're just like tiles
Wall textures.
because if there were too many, it would be way too much for the game. Because it already starts lagging in here.
That is smart.
Inventory space. This is one of those things. I don't need a croissant. I'll get rid of it. And I'll get another one, and then I'll eat it as well.
I'll get you another one.
Ness needs to,
You got a croissant from the inside of that?
He needs more carbs. Carbs are good for a growing boy.
More French carbs specifically.
Yep.
Any other
French carbs
will
are the
not
best.
do. Yes, French carbs, baby.
He's like, I'll stand somewhere else.
I guess I'll move out of the way like a human being.
Yep.
Stand inside.
Are you saying I'm only capable of standing in place? No, I'm not. And then the guy's like, green. Oh wait,
You're
I'm
like-
new.
He'll get there. I have faith in him. Tiles animations are currently not editable or not easily accessible at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean that figures. I mean, oh, this guy's fighting us. Of course, I knew that, but always like showing this off. Thank you for not calling for help. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon.
You shouldn't have said anything. Jinxed it.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure Michael's enjoying you.
Well,
destroying
I'm
this
telling
cult
you,
person by person.
it's. I know this isn't a Let's Play, but it's the Let's Play curse. You can be as good as a game as anyone else, except once you start playing it on video, it all goes to shit.
Well, again, I'm also here, so there's the
true.
unlucky
So
equalizer.
it's the double debuffs right there.
Yeah, yes.
It's like,
Playing it with an audience and then playing with me there is like a double negative. That doesn't equal.
That doesn't become a positive.
It just makes it worse.
Mm-hmm. I saw a thumbnail for a video earlier. I didn't watch it, but it was like, I think it had something to do with online teachers, but it was also like that teacher, because every school has like that teacher, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Of course.
There's something so funny about like the crazy teacher archetypes. Because so my sister teaches at a school. Oh, this guy, he just like screams for no reason.
I don't think I knew that. Did
so
you mention that before?
I must have. But either way, so like my teacher teaches at a school, and there's like this crazy art teacher because every school has one. And like some of her students were like, and this is like middle school, by the way. She like some of her students went up to her and they're like, so we're pretty sure that the art teacher was like waving weed leaves in some of the students' faces. And we're not joking. Like you might want to tell somebody about it.
What?
and like
What?
it was like this teacher who's like really into like essential oils or something. And she's like, oh, all right, and she's just like, okay. It's
Dr.
hilarious.
Tabby says the battle backgrounds are just PNG images. The game is programmed to add the background
Yes.
effects.
There are plenty of pretty cool programs that actually like you can, because there are I think 2 layers to each background, and so you can actually combine the layers and choose like how they animate. It's very cool. There's a program called Kraken that does that. Ooh, nice start.
This guy looks like an evil Colonel Sanders. It's purple.
He does, yeah.
Taste my chicken!
I'm gonna use the bomb just because I don't need it. And it's not gonna do much damage anyway.
Why not just chuck a bomb? Come on.
And plus he's gonna hurt himself, so.
That too. The man's holding a paintbrush. And
there is actually a plugin that I found for RPG Maker that does the same wavy battle effect as the EarthBound battles. It's very fun.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
Yeah, with RPG Maker, if you know how to code, you can do almost anything. And I kind of want to learn, but it's also like it's very difficult.
It takes commitment.
Because it uses Java, and Java's a very, very difficult to learn language, sort of.
Yeah. Again, another category. It's like I admire people who do that.
Yeah.
So that way I can play what they're hard.
Michael's playing Overwatch as he's watching this, I think.
I pieced that together.
He gets his rage on when he plays, for sure.
Never played it, so I can't make a judgment about it.
I have watched him play, and it looks fun.
You're right. My favorite game is Overwatch Bound.
Overwatch Bound, the sequel. That's a prequel to the sequel.
Yes. All connected to Animal Crossing because Mr. Rossetti.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go rescue Paula. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just end at the normal time. We can end at 11. So we'll get 20 more minutes. I think I can probably beat the next Sanctuary.
Okay,
and then we can continue this another time. I think, because I definitely, like, now that we're started, I definitely want to play through the whole game. Because I'm not gonna be that guy who just like plays part of it.
Yeah, please don't. That would drive me crazy.
Please do not do that. But then I'm going to. I'm like trying to debate what I want to do for the other streaming slot, because I could always stream more. 2 streams I think is like a good spot for me right now. 2 streams a week, and so I might do another game for the other one, or I might stick to this. I'm not sure. It just depends.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm not going to make it if and when you stream Saturday.
But you will
not
join
be able to
regardless. Oh, you won't? Okay.
No. No, I will not be able to make it on Saturday. So whatever you record,
okay,
like it won't affect me. But I'm sure you'll be able to pull someone from the Discord into
yeah.
Play.
Well, I'm kind of like in the mood to play Binding of Isaac, especially because there was like sort of recently new content released, and there is new stuff coming. So
that's fun.
It's so addicting, but it's such a good game. Addicting in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have an addictive personality. I think it's like 70% of people or something. It's like a scientific study something.
I am one of those people that will feed that sort of desire to do something, but only after I've done something to earn it.
Yeah.
Like
that's a fair way to do it.
I'm not going to spend my entire day playing a game and then just lay around doing nothing. Before or after, I have to accomplish something.
Yeah. That's why I'm like so. That's why I'm so into like running and working out.
Yeah, I just can't enjoy it unless I do something.
Mm-hmm.
EarthBound's music is pretty fun to edit. Making custom songs is pretty nice.
I've always wanted to try something with the sound font, because I've never actually made music, but I'd love to try.
I downloaded a bunch of sound files from EarthBound to make a song for a project which I will not disclose.
Ooh.
But I actually used EarthBound like
samples?
The sounds of the instruments from the game.
That's very cool.
And I will not tell you what I did it for, but
I'm excited.
Know what I did it for. Yeah,
you're making EarthBound 3. Is what you're doing.
Would that not blindside everyone I know?
That would be
the most random thing.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, sorry, can't take any credit for that.
The crows were reminding me about the anti-piracy measures in this game. So if EarthBound, like as a cartridge or it wouldn't normally in an emulator, but it's possible. If it detects that the game is a pirated copy, it'll basically there are multiple things that it does. So one thing it'll do is it will spawn way more enemies than normal. Ooh. And so you'll just be like out in the field, and then you'll just see like massive amounts of enemies. Like the game will be lagging, and it's just like and like so like it sort of starts off as if like, oh, this is like a little odd. But something else that it'll do is if you get, I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 other piracy measures, but the biggest one that's like the most infamous is you'll get to the final battle, and the game will freeze, and so you'll think, oh, I'll just reset it because it maybe like glitched or something, and so you reset your game and it deletes all your save files. It is dirty, and I love it so much.
I mean, games probably should have those measures in it.
Well, no, for sure.
Yeah.
There's another funny.
EarthBound has
There's
an
another
actual
one.
music editor, like editing actual in-game music.
Oh, are you
Yeah,
serious? Is there a link to that? I'm very curious because that sounds so cool.
You should share it in the Discord so he can check it out.
Yeah. I know in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think, there's like one point in the game, like there's like no anti-piracy, and then before you get into this one part, there's like an NPC. They're like, oh, by the way, buy it or die. I'm just like, oh, hello.
Oh.
Oh. All right, time to get better items finally.
Sandlot Bat.
Yep.
I
Sponsored by the movie. It's a very good
saw the
movie.
movie
And
once.
the second one's pretty good. The third one I've not seen, but I've not heard good things about.
They made a second and third Sandlot.
Yes.
Ugh. Sequels make me sick.
Some can be good, some can be better, some can be bad.
Yeah, I won't say that.
You can't just generally say all sequels are bad.
Right, some things, sequels that don't and shouldn't be made, that are made, make me angry.
Yes.
Sequels to things that are useless sequels make me frustrated.
It's called EarthBound EBM Music.
Music editor.
Yeah. Very cool. Let's see.
Control codes.
Oh, control codes. I think I sort of can wrap my head. Like, that sounds familiar to something that I've worked with before. In a past life. No. But I will definitely look into that. Let's see. There's also something, Max, that you were going to remind me to do. Oh, Fudafafa. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
You reminded me that I was supposed to remind you of something, so you're welcome, I
Yes.
guess.
Well, it's nice because, like, whenever I, like, verbalize something, it makes it so much easier to remember. Because if I say to myself, like, in my mind, like, oh, remember this, it's like, there's a pretty
Gone
big chance, pretty big chance I won't. And that's just science. $1,000?
Science. I mean, you've been murking folks out here.
Oh, yeah. Killing
Oh, yeah.
crows. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. There's Carl Weezer from freaking Jimmy Neutron behind the counter.
Yes. Yes. I know that.
Yes, I know that.
Oh, yes, finally. Okay, let's see. I don't think there's anything else I need, but now we have double the inventory. Very nice.
That will be useful.
Absolutely. She's got a teddy bear, which is nice. We're gonna have to spend some time leveling her up. I think I won't just end it at 11. I want to make sure I defeat this sanctuary just because we're already here. Might as well.
Yeah.
You guys earned it.
All three of you.
Yep.
We'll take it.
We will take it. This is one
It's
of
also
the moles.
just such a pleasant game to watch someone play.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
Until the end, and then you're like,
Then the weird switch gets flipped hard.
Yes. I wouldn't even say weird switch. It's like dark
Intense,
switch.
yeah.
Intense switch. Yay! Paula gained, what, 5 levels? There she goes. Keeps going.
That
Look
trick
at her
that
go.
games do. That trick that games do to you when you first start out and everything's easy and you're just leveling up
You're like,
mad.
yay! And then you're like, oh.
And then at level 7 or 8, you're like, oh man, it's taking a little while in between
Yeah.
levels now. It's taking a long time.
Something you'll notice the more you play is that Ness is actually pretty slow, unless you're over leveled. So like he'll eventually, well, it's not as bad as Mother 3, where your main character is also pretty slow, but like he's not the fastest, which can be
Right.
somewhat annoying because he's your healer. But at the same time, like Paula's fast and she's terrifyingly strong, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, what is
It's the little girls with the teddy bears in movies you gotta watch out for. They always have
Yeah.
some sort of a horrible secret, some
Ooh.
secret power.
I think I want to equip the Great Charm to Nest just because it gives me some speed.
Might as well.
And it also, it's only 1 more defense anyway, but it also prevents paralysis, which is very nice.
You know what? Anything that prevents me from being paralyzed,
if
if
you're paralyzed, you can still use PSI, so that's like Paula's main thing, so I'm okay with that.
Well, that makes sense.
Because mind powers, like, just imagine someone's like numb, just lying there shooting lasers from their head.
Just send an example
Ooh,
of
nice.
EarthBound music editor in the Discord server in the music channel.
I'm very excited, and that'll also help me remember it because I'm gonna have to like go through all these messages, be like, hey, this thing, and eventually I'm gonna see if I can get access to the beta Mac version of Streamlabs, because then I can like set up like people like seeing the chat in the stream, and
yeah,
like I'll move the gameplay to the side so that there's actually room for it, because it's nice and square.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I'm experimenting with layouts. It's the little things. I want one of those like those bit jars that have like the cup with like a splash of all the bits. Yeah. Although we're definitely not there yet because we're not even at affiliate yet. We need to get viewership and more followers to get affiliate. But it's possible because we already stream enough for it based on our stats. So
that bat looks confused to be there.
Well, he is. He's actually confusing himself. That's like his gimmick.
Ah, yes, a powerful enemy.
He's like, wait, I'm in danger, and then they get confused.
wait a minute, I'm fighting a boy with a bat.
I'm fighting just a boy.
Except
this makes a little more sense. I know this area's laid out pretty well, so this shouldn't be bad.
The bears also look so pleasant. But
yeah, well, the bears are dangerous.
They look so nice from a distance.
You're like, hey, how's it going?
Welcome to our cave. Don't mind us, we're just grinning bears.
Welcome to Little Footsteps. I'm gonna maul you. If you could see the things I've done with this rolling pin, you'd be shocked and appalled.
It's thrice enchanted by this point.
This rolling pin, do you mean the Doombringer?
Someone tried making EarthBound widescreen, but unfortunately EarthBound outside of its normal ratio does not load correctly.
Yeah, I've heard something about that before. It's like
about changing the aspect ratio.
Yeah, it's wonky. Thankfully,
there's a charm though to some of the aspect ratio.
There is, and it's also very nice for editing in post.
Yes.
Editors like squares. Like that's something you will realize if you if you edit things.
Like Windows,
squares are excellent.
Squares are quite nice. I quite like squares.
Top tier. 10 out of 10 would square again.
That's my favourite shape. It is.
Circles? Fuck circles. We don't need circles.
We don't need your stupid circles. Play Minecraft all day.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Minecraft and Java, it's insane how well Minecraft runs, even though it's like really like CPU intensive. Because Java is like known for not running 3D well. It's very strange.
Isn't the painter who created all of those crazy warped architecture, isn't that MC Escher?
Yes.
I always wondered if his nightmares looked normal.
Or maybe Salvador Dali, he made the clocks.
Salvador Dali did melting clocks. I'm talking about the guy who did like the stairways that go upwards.
I think you're right. I think it is Escher.
I wondered if that guy's nightmares are like normal. If his nightmares, everything's like in perfect order.
I mean, I could ask him if you want.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, you have to channel.
Yeah.
His
I'll call him.
His self-portrait is sketched from the perspective of himself looking at himself through a mirror ball. It's a really, I'll put it in like the pictures.
I didn't know disco balls existed back then.
No, not that kind of mirror ball.
Mindbound or Earthcraft? I think Earthcraft sounds pretty good.
Oh wait,
but Mindbound.
Mindbound Earthcraft, which sounds better. I don't know.
Would you rather bound around in mines or craft in Earth? Like the real questions.
I remember a kid
asking the important questions.
I remember when a kid at co-op used to ask me if I knew how to craft dirt. Do you know how to craft dirt in Minecraft? Made me laugh every time.
People run up to your computer. Do you have Minecraft? Ugh.
You have games on your phone?
By the way, this is exactly how homeschoolers sounded.
All of them sounded
Yep.
exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find it.
They all have their bowl cuts and blonde and like
Bowl
they
cuts.
drive. They have those vans. They drive in those big vans. They all have 7 siblings.
Yeah. Hold on, let me. Yeah.
Gross
Hold on, this was-
overgeneralizations, by the way.
I can
if
put
you
it
can't
in
tell.
art.
Ooh,
Because
I'm excited.
there we go.
You,
It's one of my favorite self-portraits ever. Because
oh, so you knew him. You did it.
Yes.
Okay.
I am MC Escher, clearly.
I did
I
his
can
self.
draw-
I am
I can
him. I
draw
did.
that
I
well.
did his self-portrait.
I don't understand. Like that takes so much skill.
For sure. Oh, oops.
I think he's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. Escher's
I
good. I
appreciate
like
I appreciate
Hopper.
how loose and
Rembrandt.
sketchy he
I really
kept
like.
stuff.
I really like Rembrandt. I actually did a Photoshop of myself in one of Rembrandt's paintings for a project once.
Rembrandt is interesting because of his progression. Because since he used portrait making, he did it so much that the contrast, you see his style change as he gets older.
Yeah.
And like after he loses his wife, all the colors get way more muted and like it's much moodier and more somber. And it's just so fascinating. Like,
For sure.
because when you think of Rembrandt, I'd never consider him a vain person because of how many self-portraits he did. I'm actually really glad he did that because I feel like that transition is something you don't get with a lot of other artists. Like,
For sure.
their styles may change, but how they view themselves, you don't get to see that expressed really.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's cool because of how many he did and the variation in between. I think that's really cool. Like, as far as portraits are concerned, I think he's probably one of my favorite portraitists because you really see his personality through his work, like more than lots of other artists, I feel like.
Yeah. Let's see. I need to heal. Croissant.
Croissant?
Croissant.
Croissant.
I took French. I know how to pronounce it.
Doggone
Silly
it, boy,
goose.
I know how to pronounce croissant.
Ness is beefy boy. That is right.
Well, he's got hamburgers in his pockets, so
Well, not anymore.
he's very beefy. Oh, not anymore. Well, he gets it from shaking it, cartoonily shaking it out of the pockets of his enemies. There's just the hamburgers falling to the ground.
I love how in Chugga Conroy's rerun Let's Play, or like redo, because he did EarthBound again, because it was his first Let's Play back in like 2007, I want to say.
Okay.
And then a few years ago he did EarthBound again, and he did a really good job. But he named, instead of steak, he called it beef with like 3 E's. it was hilarious. Yes, you do know a character is beefy if they like steak. Reminds me of Chie in Persona 4, except she's not really beefy.
That's true. They gotta be beefy if their favorite food.
Chie, what's a word that starts with F for steak? I love Persona so much. I have an obsession. I think it's Persona fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. Somehow that's still the only antidote.
The only carm. I'm starting to read the item names. The only cure is more Persona. You can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
All right, let's see. We're gonna use
All right.
ice on a bear.
Time to that bear's. I can't get over that bear's face.
I love how there's Mighty Bear, and then there's Mighty Bear 7 later. The 7th one.
The 7th in a long line of mighty bears.
Yes.
A very proud line.
Ooh, I like how Dr. Tabby said favo food as one word. That's very cool.
Yeah,
I don't-
food.
I don't know if that... I have to pee! Yes!
Is that another Persona
Yes, more Persona.
I thought he was just like complaining because he doesn't want to leave the Overwatch match.
I'm going to pee right here! Never mind. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And everyone else in my house is like, what the hell is he doing?
What is going on?
Don't worry about it, Mom.
They're like, dude, just leave the stream. It's not a big deal. Just like pause it.
They're like, hey, you can take a. Mom, I'm online. I can't leave the game. I can't save.
Streaming. I can't go to the bathroom.
Mondo Mole, alright. This guy is weak to paralysis, so we're gonna do that immediately.
Oh, this guy looks like an angry potato.
Yes, and I'd like to imagine that is dirt and not blood. Maybe it's ketchup.
Well, yeah, potatoes, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Fries. His fingers are fries.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually in FL Studio, which is
Fruity
what I
Loops.
use. Yeah, there's actually like a 3D cylinder that rotates that looks exactly like this background.
Really?
Where it looks like you're traveling down a tunnel.
Is it
that
like a
exactly
visualizer
like
or something?
Yeah, it's like in the visualizer section. I swear it looks like exactly the same.
That's cool.
And you can rotate it so that way it's forward or you're inside of it and it's spinning around you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the exact same shapes.
That's cool. Oh.
I actually messed around with a little bit of the editing and in the most recent song I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and start adding more fun visualizer stuff, but like
cool.
I've looked and there's no like legit not untrustworthy like PC visualizers that I can find.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not a common thing. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not going to some sketchy website to have it done. There's no way.
Yeah.
And it's not like even worth that. Like it's not worth it that much to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't super matter. So I've been like trying to find other creative ways of making the videos that go with the songs like interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And I landed on this one setting that like shuffles it. Like I put a pixelator effect on it and then I shuffle the pixels so they like will expand out, swarm, and sort of slowly fall into place like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
So by the end of the video you see the final product.
Okay.
And I actually really like how it ended up looking, the most recent one.
I really liked your it was, what was it called with the house?
Clear Night.
Clear Night, yeah, clearnight.exe.
I made one new one since then.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Like,
Hopes. I still have to watch it.
Like a week ago, I think.
Very well done. I liked it. Both the video and the music.
It's one of those things where it's like it's the perfect combination of when you feel inspired to work on a piece and you actually have the capabilities to. Because my problem when I was a kid is that I have all these grand ideas about videos or songs that I wanted to make, and then it's like I can't actually do it because I don't know how. And granted, I'm not great at it yet, but like I have enough skill to where I can make what I was thinking. So like I was pretty happy with how Clear Night came out, and then Hopes.exe I'm pretty happy with. Both very much like Starbound-y, Minecraft inspired, like ambient, nothing
lo-fi.
I'm not super ambitious with it, but I keep the song short. But
I was gonna say one of the longest song in Starbound's OST is 20 minutes. It's Myra, if you know that one.
From what?
Starbound. The longest song. The longest song on the OST is 20 minutes.
I think I do. That soundtrack is so gorgeous.
It is incredible. Curtis Schweitzer, however you pronounce it.
Probably Schweitzer.
Very good job.
Dr. Tabby says, "Okay, I have a bad phone. It randomly crashes and restarts after a while. What I miss?"
I just destroyed Mondo Mole. That was about it.
He killed Mondo Mole, or sorry, tamed Mondo Mole.
Tamed. Sorry, he's our pet now.
Yes, tamed.
He's our third-party member.
That'd be so crazy. Beyond that, we're just talking about game soundtracks.
Yeah. As soon as I go back and heal, I'm probably gonna end it, but. I will be uploading this on YouTube later, so if you follow the link on the Discord and social links to our YouTube...
your presence will be forever immortalized.
Yes, on our YouTube, you can find all the stream uploads. If you want to watch something amazing...
Enter at your own risk.
Toby. Or not Toby. Butch.
Toby, don't watch Toby.
Don't watch Toby. Butch.
Don't gaze into the eyes of Toby.
If you see Toby, do not stare at him. Do not engage. But
Back
Butch,
away slowly.
engage with Butch. Butch is
Butch is awesome.
Everything's coming up, Butch.
Everything's coming up, Butch.
We have no words.
May you violently punch all ethereal beings forever, Butch.
Shovel, actually.
Well,
punt.
If that doesn't.
No, punt with a shovel somehow.
Yes, somehow punt with a shovel.
Somehow she manages it.
She could do it.
Butch, she does it.
She do it. Somehow she done it. That's the cake she'd get.
Yeah. Congratulations, you success.
Congratulations.
Except that incarnation of Butch actually died to a dog.
It's like a closed loop, I think. It's it's kind of like what
she'll be
you
back.
mentioned with it's like the photographer that you mentioned in this game. It's like a message sent back to the past, so that way that didn't happen at all.
Okay, yeah, I believe that.
It's some sort of a weird closed loop, but everything's coming.
Absolutely. The town is no longer blue. It wasn't before, but it's fine. Let's see. I want to heal.
You actually got a lot done.
I did. I'm very pleased because we'll probably. I mean, we'll
Wait
definitely.
a second. What do you mean the town is no longer blue? Like it was before, right?
Yeah. Now the color palette has changed.
Oh yeah. It's like it totally was.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The cow was blue.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Excuse me. It was periwinkle, not blue.
It was blue. Dabu dee dabu die. Hold on. I have to
but
find
no,
out.
like next stream we'll probably be able to get Jeff and
Eiffel 65.
Get through four. Yeah, it is Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 65. Yeah. Which leads us back to Iron Man 3, ironically.
Oh no.
Yeah, because that's the start. That song is the opener to that.
Is it really?
Dr. Tabby says, "I'm blue."
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
Yeah, I mentioned that in one of your Legend of Zelda streams, I think.
Oh, okay.
The opener to Iron Man 3, since it takes place in the
you know
past.
what, Dr. Tabby, you can be whatever color you want.
Yeah, that's what the one cultist was.
It's we're in the world of free color, you know? Max actually discovered color just about last stream, I think, right?
Yeah, I got dropped on my head. I only saw in black and white. Yeah, and I'm currently transmitting this from January 1980, and I'm in some sort of a car flying through space and time. Okay. Sorry. Her name is Green.
So like in the Pokemon world, like the characters are named after colors, sort of.
It's like it's like Clue.
Yes.
All these people just so happen their last names are all colors.
What if Dr. Tabby is actually Reverend Green? Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, everybody.
Walking in Memphis, right?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew that.
But no,
I got that reference.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been really fun. I'm looking forward to.
There were several people who cycled in and out.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for watching.
I need to make sure. I need to make sure. I'm mind blown. That's great. It was great meeting you, sort of. I'm gonna make sure Garrett or whoever it is gets on for the next one because he will really enjoy it.
You need to get him for the next
for sure
EarthBound one.
And of course
Definitely.
he can talk in the chat too because like I can if he gets online, but whatever. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next time, either Saturday or next Wednesday, for more EarthBound.